Alrighty, welcome back everyone to the Coast2Coast Racing League. Patrick Morrison here in the booth, and Marty, he'll be joining me here tonight in just a little while. He's got a few prior engagements, but I guarantee you he will be here with me tonight. Thursday Night Thunder always brings a good crowd to the high-intensity racing that these guys put on. Tonight will be week 2 of the Thursday Night Thunder lineup. We are heading to Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania, to take a look on the historic half mile of Williams Grove Speedway. Super excited to see what these guys are able to put on so far by the Flatline Racing Bodies Thursday Night Thunder. We have 3 divisions running tonight, of course. You know, everybody, if you've tuned in before, especially Simtrax Broadcasting or to the Coast2Coast Racing Network, you guys know on Thursdays we'll be running the UMP division by Flatline Racing Bodies. We'll have the 358s by the SuperDIRTcar Series, and Chip Bangers Racing will be bringing our pro late models. This is going to be an exciting race for tonight. I know everybody's kind of getting locked and loaded here, getting ready for a little bit of qualifying here. I believe we're taking a look at John Hine in the 71 out there, trying to get a little, trying to see if he can place a good time out here. He's got a lot of room to move up in the ranks right now. I know he kind of had a little bit of trouble, I believe, last week in the UMPs. But you know, regardless, he's still going to have a good run here tonight. In the UMPs last week, John Hine did place 3rd. Joseph Grandy and Nicholas Vickery are the only 2 that beat him before that. So Grandy won that race with Vickery in 2nd, Hine 3rd. Tyler Wilson came in 4th, and Randy Shreves in 5th. So that doesn't knock off Brandon Templeton, Alex Pomerleau, Patrick Spangler, Butch Baker, and Bob DeGood in the 10th place. So a lot of guys starting to get around the track here really soon. So alright, so let's go ahead and take a quick little look here at what we got for a little bit of track temperature. 63 degrees out there on the track. Humidity about 52%, so it should stay decently dry. It shouldn't start chunking the mud too much out there. Here in the first round, we will be here all night. Williams Grove will be the track, so all 3 different vehicles will be at this track for Thursday Night Thunder. Have no fear, plenty of racing out here for all these drivers. Alright, so let's go ahead and get right to it and figure out where these guys are starting to place themselves here. Give a quick little peek. Let's see. Let's go ahead and pop up that best time right now and see who is nailing it right now. Nick Vickery out there in front. Isaac Salas and Brandon Templeton bring away 1, 2, 3. But just as I say that, Shreves goes ahead and nails that 2nd position with a 20.94. Pretty good fast time out of him. Zach Chapman in the 5th and Pomerleau 6th. Malachi Smith in 7th. Lance Ripka in 8th. Jeff Barker 9th. And Grandy 10th. So got about 14 drivers right now kind of locked and loaded here. Tim Chapman and Kevin Davis have not gotten out onto the track just yet. They may be going ahead and realizing there's not quite enough time. I think we got about another 20 seconds or so to see if we can get this one underway. And we are gridding already. Yeah, wasting absolutely no time up in the front. So let's go ahead, get our guys up here. Malachi Smith in the 1st position, Zach Chapman 2nd, Isaac Salas in 3rd. See if we can get a little closer shot of these guys. They are a little slow getting on the track. Nick Vickery 4th. Jeff Barker will be 5th. Steven Spees, good job by him showing up here tonight. Glad he is here in the 55 machine, and Kevin Davis starting in the 21 machine in the back of the field. Got a good turnout here for the UMPs. Of course, with a lot of these drivers out there, these guys will really be excited about getting this one underway. Now let's go ahead and get our first heat squared away. Our first guys for Heat 1. You guys have tuned in before, so you already know one of our favorite drive people out there is Langton Mechanical. They are second to none. Heat and air conditioning company in the Hamilton area. Promise their customers their own professionally trained Langton specialist every step of the way. Guarantee the satisfaction from start to finish, and that's not just including sales. That is also installation and your maintenance service of your heating cooling system. And each sale, installation, or that maintenance call is backed 100% by Langton Mechanical. All right, so Malachi Smith is going to go ahead and bring us straight to the green flag here. Everybody knows Barney up in the booth there. He got his arm worn out Tuesday from the 410s, but we're going to see how these guys go ahead and match it up here in the first heat. I believe green flag is out, and away they go. So Malachi Smith in the 013 right now up in the front, going ahead and getting a good shot there from the inside. Isaac Salas in the 05 there. Let's see if we can get a little closer shot of these guys trying to really put it together here. That inside line, ooh, boy, starting to form up. As Nick Vickery goes ahead and makes a move and staying really toward the bottom to see if he can survive. This is going to be a tough track for a lot of these drivers, but you see how Nick Vickery right there, staying on that inside line, right now secured second place. But Salas battling Zach Chapman back here. Man, really tough to see, but we already have a battle for the lead. And Vickery's trying to see if he can angle him out here. We'll have to see. Nick Vickery in the 00. He's very, very complacent. You know, he takes his time and really kind of picks him off. But man, when he gets going red hot. So away he goes. Takes the lead, and now has Malachi way behind him there in the 13 car. As we can see, it looks like, I believe, Isaac Salas way up there in the dirt. Almost dropped it off the top shelf there. But no fear, this is only the first heat, 4 to go. As we get this one getting underway. Zach Chapman 4th. Steven Speed still battling back here for the 5th position. These guys will invert when it starts coming to the feature if they're not careful. There toward the back, Jeff Barker in the 6th position and Kevin Davis in the 7th. You know, a lot of these guys, when they do say they get in these UMPs, they feel a little weird, almost kind of top-heavy, not a whole enough engine power for them to get turned around and get pushed through this one, but we'll have to see if they can go ahead and get their way around this one. Oh, boy. Yeah, quick little tight spot right there, and you kind of see the track looks like it's already starting to dry up, and it's starting to jam some of these drivers there on that low line. As we can see, I believe the 7-2 of Zach Chapman there working on the inside. Trying to see, ooh, as they make contact. Yeah, Chapman and the 5 of Isaac Salas get banged to pieces. All right, and that is going to do it for them on that one. So Nick Vickery pulling the white flag right now, bringing this one home. All he's got to do is hit about 2 more turns here, and that'll bring Nick Vickery in the 1st position. Malachi Smith 2nd. Steven Spees, he goes ahead and survives. He's got some damage to the front of his vehicle. In 3rd, Jeff Barker in 4th, Kevin Davis in 5th. And that'll do it for our first heat here tonight. As you guys always tune in here, this is really a battle out here on the dirt. There's never a short time. You know, these guys definitely really get their way around the track and get going here. But that brings us up to Heat 2, which is Magnum Race Designs. They offer iRacing wraps, hero cards, logos, flyers, and even t-shirt designs. If you're looking for a new design and want attention to detail, competitive pricing, and fast turnaround times, check out Magnum Race Designs on Facebook, or you can contact them directly through Messenger if that's easier for you. So check out Magnum Race Designs. They're a proud sponsor of the Coast to Coast 358 Modified Division, which we will actually be having later on here tonight. But let's go ahead and get to our guys here lining up. I'm sure they're excited to get this one underway. As we're getting here, it looks like Lance Ripka in the front, Pomerleau in 2nd, Templeton 3rd, Shreves 4th, Grandy 5th, John Hine, who's normally up here in the booth with me. We're going to go ahead and let him race tonight in the 6th position, and Tim Chapman in the 7th. I know Tim Chapman's really good. I've seen him out there on the asphalt, but he's going to give a shot here in the dirt. I love to see it. So, Lance Ripka and Pomerleau front row, and then we're going to see how these guys get around with Ripka Designs there on the side of his 125 machine. I think these guys are tumbling up a little bit just with the numbers out there, but it looks like the 25 machine is going to go ahead and give it all he's got. Alex Pomerleau out there in the 397. Oof, already getting contact right there. Just kind of straightens it out through the turn. And he's going to go ahead and send him around. Oh, man. And Ripka sent all the way back to the 5th position. Pomerleau really pressing his luck there. Got to be real careful. He's going to start making enemies out there. Tim Chapman is out of the race. I don't know if he had a little bit of a connection problem in his 37, so he is checked out for this race. So that's going to go ahead and bring Pomerleau, Grandy, and Shreves here in the top 3. These guys are starting to single file here a little bit. No issues so far. Looks like everybody really kind of getting around the turns here. Let's get a little bit up here toward the spotter tower so you can kind of see a little bit of the distance here. Randy Shreves is kind of battling back here with John Hine. Now let's get a little closer to these guys. John Hine really trying to work that outside line. Cutting him off there, but, you know, Randy Shreves is having to dial in behind him in the 56. So John Hine getting a good move there, and he's really feeling this turn. I watched him a little bit during practice, and he was starting to kind of come around for him. But not just him under fire. Alex Pomerleau is starting to really, you know, see Joseph Grandy out of that left door. Gonna have to figure out if he can contend with him coming up into turn 3 and 4 here, as it looks like he's got the hood on him. And the 518 slide job down to the bottom, but now back up toward the top. So they do this little crossover here and back at it. So 4 to go. 518 of Joseph Grandy trying to push his way around, trying to force his will upon Alex Pomerleau, but it is not sticking too well. Joseph Grandy, the winner last week, and we'll have to see if he can keep him off. Pomerleau placed 7th in the feature last week, and trying to get it around here. 3 to go. And it looks like Grandy has now gotten enough separation off him and is keeping away. John Hines got the separation off Shreves, but Shreves, he's got to watch out for Lance Ripka there. Lance Ripka, I don't know if he's starting to really kind of get pushed around. I think Brandon Templeton back here in the 31 got in a little bit of trouble. So he's kind of way back here, but that'll be all right. It's just a heat. We'll go ahead and square this one away and get this one back underway during the feature, which will be 30 laps. I believe on the schedule it says 25, but we'll kind of see how they've got these things racked up here with only 2 left to go. So Pomerleau getting his way around. Grandy just hoping to get to the end of this heat. Since he did a great job. He came up 4 places from where he started in this heat as he brings out the white flag. Around these guys are going, kind of everybody separated pretty well. I think Lance Ripka just passed Randy Shreves here. So this will be the battle right toward the end of this heat. 25 got tangled up there, but now he's going to see if 56 of Randy Shreves is going to kind of chop him up here. And he's unable to hold him off. All right, so that brings Grandy, Pomerleau, and Hine. Ripka, Shreves, Templeton, 1 through 6. Boy, that was a run. Alrighty. I'm gonna get a quick little warm up from these guys. Let everybody kind of feel it out. Get a good feel out there for the track. This will be a good time to bring up the Flatline Racing Bodies here. These guys are quality racing bodies, and they're produced by former NASCAR regional short track champion Dan Chapman in the iRacing hotbed of Clarence, Iowa. So a lot of racing guys, and everybody we all appreciate you here at Coast to Coast for sponsoring all these leagues and the races themselves and the divisions. I believe Coast to Coast is also we have over 12 broadcasts here per week. And I know right now I'm in the process of 6 of them, so I'm very, very busy here. So a lot of good times here at the Coast to Coast Racing Network. If you like what you see here, and you're looking for other racers that enjoy without all the drama and the name calling of normal iRacing, come out and join the Cool Ray Coast to Coast Racing League. They've got over 16 divisions that race 7 days a week. And like I said, they're currently broadcasting. It tells me 9 divisions here, but I know they're over 12. And the members know that they're part of something bigger than just what's on the track. So always, you can find Coast to Coast Racing League if you go to www.c2crl.com and then click apply to join the action, where the cars are virtual and the racing is real. So a lot of these guys, man, I'm interested to see what some of these guys, somebody got spun around there. Looks like Kevin Davis in the 21 in the warm-up. He's getting bent up, and that's really not what you want to see, is your car getting folded up right before the race. Especially when you're trying to kind of mat this track down here and kind of go a little higher. You kind of see how the track is wearing down just a little bit, that high line. Really not seeming to be the most favorable one there. You kind of see that dark spot as they're getting around there, so it's getting a lot more slick. But they'll be able to go ahead and get their way pushed around here. We'll get it going. Alright, only about 45 seconds left in this one here. Once again, we are here at Williams Grove. This is only a half-mile track, So interesting to see, and I think I'm wondering if that's what some of the tumble up here from some of these drivers is seeing that they normally race about quarter-mile tracks in these UMPs, but now we're stretching out to half. Now I'm just wondering if they're kind of maxing out on their speed here. Top speed for some of these drivers, about that 115 mark is what I'm seeing so far. 115 miles an hour out of all these UMPs. So, all right, we're gonna get right down to it here as the Thursday Night Thunder goes ahead and continues to our feature presentation here. Brought to you by Flatline Racing Bodies. Boy, this is going to be a stack up here. I can't wait to see what we can go ahead and get underway. A lot of guys you've seen out front before, but we're going to go ahead and show you again. Let's get to it. All right, Nick Vickery is starting out in the front row with Joseph Grandy. Malachi Smith in the third position, Pomerleau fourth. Steven Spees ends up in the 55 machine on the inside row of the third row inside. Well, on the outside will be John Hine with 71. Jeff Barker will be 7th. Lance Ripka there in the 8th. Looks like Kevin Davis a little slow on the reload there. He'll be starting 9th. Randy Shreves 10th. Isaac Salas, super fast here. I've seen him win a bunch of times, but we'll see how he goes ahead and survives. Starting 11th, Brandon Templeton 12th. And that'll go ahead and roll us for the top 12. And then 13th will be Zach Chapman, and Tim Chapman will be 13th and 14th. We'll have to see if these guys can get lined up here. I'm not sure if they're having a bit of a loading issue. We may only be having 12 at this point. I think Kevin Davis and Tim Chapman have missed the restart. All right, so top 12 is what we're going to be dealing with here so far out there on the track. Everybody looking good. Nice paint schemes from everybody. So I'm excited to always hear what everybody has to say when they get to the winner's circle or to a podium spot. Oof. Looks like the 5 machine back there kind of getting banged around there. Isaac Salas, I guess, trying to make sure he can feel how his wheels feeling right now. Better now than now than later. But see where these guys get the ideas and how they get the the lineups for these cars and the paint jobs. I like seeing who paints some of these cars. I like seeing that 00 right there of Nick Vickery. He's looking really good on the side of his car. I kind of like that black and red fade. Kind of has that Simtrax look to it. All right, the pace car lights are off. So once that pace car kind of ducks on off, we're going to be getting right underway. Thank you again for joining us here at the Coast to Coast Racing League and here at Simtrax Broadcasting. This is going to be a good kickoff here for week 2 of Thursday Night Thunder. Nick Vickery, Joseph Grandy, front lane, and the 00 and the 518. As we get this feature underway, Barney's got the green flag in his hands, and away we go. Alrighty, Nick Vickery out there in front gets a good restart, and you kind of see John Hine taking that way high line there, almost sending it 3 wide already. Definitely moving super fast for some of these drivers, and there's already pile up 55. He's getting banged around there, but it looks like everybody survives. Kind of the shovel nose of these cars is going to start really coming into play as you see it picking the butt end of some of these cars up. 55 of Steven Spees really felt the majority of that one has kind of bent him all to pieces. But hopefully he is able to kind of stay in one piece. Vickery, Grandy, and Malachi Smith up there. 1, 2, and 3 right now. But oh boy, somebody's around. Looks like Jeff Barker may be around on the track. All right, let's go ahead and get a quick replay here of Jeff Barker. I'm hoping he's not broken there. That may have been kind of a bang up there. All right, let's go ahead and get to a quick little chopper view here. All right, and chopper view, of course, brought to you by Ace Designs drone here. Let's go ahead and give it a quick shot and see what happens. Yeah, actually looks like the 513. Yeah, Jeff Barker gets turned around. And then there's the carnage continues up there. The 5 of Isaac Salas is around. 56 gets caught in it. Man, we are watching 72 of Zach Chapman in it, and 31 gets a little bit of damage of Brandon Templeton. Yuck. Alright, let's get back live. Here we go. Alright, so let's figure out where everybody is. I believe Jeff Barker may have been it. That may have broken his car. Isaac Salas, he's still in. Salas is out. Boy, yeah, that's really gonna kind of set it up the wrong way for Isaac Salas here. I know he was having a good run last week, but yeah, no shot for him. Top 10 last week, and again out of it on this week. Pace car lights are still on, so we're gonna get one more pace lap here. All right, lights are off, and this is gonna go ahead and get everybody back on track here at Williams Grove Speedway. Flatline Racing Bodies Fixed UMP division here. 30 laps, and you already see these guys are having a quick little stack up. And I think that's kind of what you start seeing here is once you get the first load, you get that first running with these drivers out there, you see it starts just becoming a problem, and it starts sticking to the track real bad. That double wide restart, I think once they get single wide, kind of like how you're about to see here, it kind of separates everybody a little bit. If you're back there like where John Hine is, everybody's really smashing to pieces. But here we go, Nick Vickery taking off in the lead right there. And away he goes. Malachi Smith and Joseph Grandy in tow trying to run him down. But it's going to take a little while as he's already got about 4/10 gap ahead of him. So let's go back here to Zach Chapman, who looks like he's trying to make some moves on that 25 Lance Ripka there. Lance Ripka's been under fire, not just here, but in the heats as well. So a lot of trouble out of some of these vehicles. 31 machine working on the bottom. Brandon Templeton. Looks like he was able to go ahead. I did not see him hit pit. I did not have anything showing he hit pit. So maybe he sustained minimal damage on that last bang up there as they get around here. 5 laps into this one here in the feature. Super excited to see how these guys can get going here. 55 of Steven Spees, seeing if he can go ahead and turn his luck around, get his way back up toward the front. He is right now in the 5th position, doing a great job up front. A few of the drivers here I haven't seen out here as much. The only ones I see so far are Vickery and Grandy and John Hine are the guys out here. I see most from the top 10 who showed up here tonight. A few new drivers that we didn't see last time. And that's not saying anything about Pomerleau or Brandon Templeton, that being the 31 or the 397, but it looks like another car is around. And it looks like Brandon Templeton may have gotten turned around with less than 25 laps to go here. We'll kind of see if that car is dog tracking a little bit. Don't know if he's gotten some serious damage out of that one, but let's go ahead and rotate back here to Brandon Templeton, see kind of what happened here to his 31 machine. Ooh, makes contact. Oh, man. Makes contact with the 55 of Steven Spees there, and then, man, he got kind of pinballed around there. Definitely got pinballed around. I didn't like the look of that. All right, let's see if we can get another angle. Kind of him getting banged up here. Get back to this one here. Here we go. Yeah, the 25 kind of clips him, sends him around. And it looks like Chapman gets him. And around he goes. Yeah, real bummer for that machine right there. But hopefully Brandon Templeton will be able to turn this one around. Got a long way to go to get this one completed for him. We see Barney up here in the booth. When he's holding that yellow flag kind of still, we are showing it should be about 1 lap and we'll be back under green. As the pace car lights are off. Nick Vickery still continues to lead this race with Joseph Grandy, Malachi Smith, Pomerleau, and Spees. Should be our 1 through 5. Kind of see how this one gets going around here. Show me as Shreves is out there, but I believe he has exited and put that one into into the garage. Looks like Salas is out. 37 to Tim Chapman out. Kevin Davis is out. And Randy Shreves may be out of this one. Real bummer to see out of that one. But man, look at that. We're starting 2 wide now. So it is now Nick Vickery's chance to go ahead and break away and let everybody else kind of fight it out back here as we see the 5. Oh man, see, and that's the thing. Once they get 2 wide, man, these guys start really hammering each other into the walls. A lot of trouble out of Jeff Barker back there. He seems to kind of be clipping that wall a few times. Steven Spies. Let's see if he's working that bottom line like he normally does. Yes, he does. Alex Pomerleau getting super loose, clipping the wall. Fortunately, doesn't take Spies out there, but Alex Pomerleau, man, you see he's just trying to drag through that turn and it kind of straightens out on him. There's not enough speed getting into the turn to really drag the drifting through here. Interesting to see out of Steven Spies and Alex Pomerleau here. Right now, still top 3 unchanged. These guys kind of, really unable to really figure out each other's line or to figure out another way to collect each other. But we got another one here. Alex Pomerleau clips the wall and brings out another caution, our 3rd caution here for tonight. I believe that may be it for Pomerleau there. See if we can get back to Alex Pomerleau here. Kind of see what in the world he had going on with his car. He looked like he was in trouble most of this race here so far. Clips that wall. 72 as Zach Chapman can't seem to catch a break, and neither can Ripka here. These guys really trying to find another way to get out of some of these situations. 513 of Jeff Barker. He kind of hits him at full speed there. Man, that is not a lot of these cars getting bent up here. Let's go ahead and see if we can take a little ride along here with Barker and kind of see what transpired. Kind of what happens in front of him. There's nowhere to go. But interesting to see from this view, that sun is definitely playing up on these guys going into 3 and 4. And you're noticing that is where 90% of our problems are, is going into 3. So I'm wondering if that sun is starting to play up on them there a little bit and giving them a lot of trouble. But we'll have to see, man. We got 22 laps left in this one. Let's go ahead and get it done. I'm sure these racers are kind of ready to, get locked and loaded and push their way through here. This UMP division is pretty tough for a lot of these drivers. It's just not what they're used to. I believe the UMPs and the midgets, they kind of almost float in that same box. Not power-wise, but it's a different feeling to the car. It's not what they're used to. They don't have as much downforce as what they're looking for, and it's just the car is unable to push as much speed as they would like getting around the turns. But then when they get to, let's say the Renegades, the Rebel division, or the 410s, then they have so much power that, then they're really ripping through the track. So, Nick Vickery and Joseph Grandy starting up front again. We're going to go single file this time. And see if we can get a little better luck, get a few more green flag laps under our belt here. So, Vickery bringing us to another restart here, and away we go. 21 laps here to go to wrap this one up. We haven't even made it a third of the way through, but no fear, these guys are pretty tough. I definitely expect Steven Spies to try to break into the top 3 here, giving Malachi Smith some work, but he's still got a lot of work to do himself to get caught up here in the 55. Still giving good work there, and now you notice everybody's kind of taking a little bit different lane. Everybody's kind of riding a lot higher toward the top. And it's interesting to see that everybody's kind of following suit from the leader out there. Oof. Yeah, Steven Spies, you see, kind of jammed up in that turn. I think did a good job not sending Malachi Smith into the stands there. You kind of saw him check up and, get out of his way there. But Steven Spies working that top line still. And really, there it is. That's the line he's looking for. As he gets a huge opening and a huge shot down the backstretch here. All right, looks like he's going to make that undercut. Yeah, but you kind of see, I'm wondering if that sun is just playing in this, giving him such a problem here. We're going to take a little ride here with Steven Spies up here on the top as he's battling Malachi Smith for that third position. Man. Yeah, it looks like the sun is kind of fading down a little bit, so it looks like you're going to go ahead and keep it together. Yeah, much easier how you see they're kind of setting up for 1 and 2 here. Yeah, good throttle control there by Steven Spies here in the 55. He is starting to lose a little bit of time there. As he drags way up the track. Brandon Templeton taking advantage of that and gets down on the bottom. I believe Brandon Templeton got loose, kind of popped that wall there a little bit, and now he got stuck. So a lot more work for that 31 car to get back up front. Vickery still leading by over half a second here over Joseph Grandy in the 518. 15 laps to go. All right, halfway to the checkered flag on this one, and really I think Nick Vickery, the only one he's got to be careful of is Joseph Grandy in the 518. But that half-second mark, if Vickery can go ahead and stay out front, he's going to go ahead and secure the win on this one. But, you know, it's still a little bit to go. Grandy winning last week. Vickery coming in second. This time they're swapped for the UMP division. So, depending on laps led and how the point system works out, that may even these guys up. Work there as it looks like Vickery's starting to really push the envelope there, trying to see if he can get a little bit of separation. Malachi Smith about 2 seconds off second place. Spies about 3 seconds off the lead, so Spies definitely falling off big time now. And now he may be under fire by Lance Ripka in the 25 machine, so he's got to be careful because these two may connect. Ripka unfortunately has been getting kind of hammered out there pretty hard. Doesn't look like too much damage out of that 25. We did see him get folded up once. So we got 12 left to go in this race. Vickery pulling away. Like Zach Chapman goes up there, kind of bites the wall a little bit. I'm just wondering if he got into the humps of the track. We know they'll kind of scuff up the track a little bit before we get to the 358 division, which is up next. Sponsored by the SuperDIRTcar Series. Go ahead and get this one underway. Good job by Spies there, but you see he got up into that loose dirt. I just don't know if that's starting to cost him time, as Ripka's kind of showing you how to get it done there on the inside. Ripka going ahead and nailing that 4th place position right now, but Steven Spies starting to change his race line here a little bit. Not riding as high as he was, but there he goes, back up toward the top. Kind of drops it off the top shelf. And now with the 3-wide condition, here looks like Zach Chapman in the 72. Whoa, not the 72. Brandon Templeton in the 31. I was mistaken. Brandon Templeton in the 31, trying to give it a shot down towards the inside line here. Taking it for that 3-wide situation here as they get around this turn. Bringing it down to 8 to go. This is the green flag stretch everybody was hoping for. As we get back underway, Brandon Templeton has secured the 5th place position. But he may be looking to see if he can take it farther. Into 4th on that turn, but can he hold it? Steven Spies is going to come off the back of that turn with a lot of speed, but Spies, staying dedicated to that top line. Very dedicated to that top line. As you see, Spies now drops back to the 5th position. Vickery ahead by 1.5 seconds. And another second behind him is Malachi Smith. Wow. Yeah, so we are back here. Normally we would try to stay up there toward the lead, but those guys are very spread apart. And right now we have a battle for 5th position. Actually, a battle for 4th between Templeton and Spies, excuse me. As I correct myself there, looks like Templeton's going to get doored here a little bit. The Spies, once again, very, very conscious of where everybody else is on the track and not pushing everybody around. You know, some of these drivers, they'll go out there and kind of put a put a wheel into you, kind of bump you around a little bit, but Speed's, you know, keeping his distance and kind of letting people run their race, and he'll run his. So very conscientious of what's going on out there on the track and his race line. Good job, but now Speed's trying to see if he can work that low line, kind of giving up on the top and see if he can shove Brandon Templeton up there, who gets up into the loose dirt. Oh yeah, definitely starting to run his new track there in the undiscovered territory. But now Speeds has dropped back down to the 6th position. I'm sure he'd like to get back into at least the top 5. But he's got a long way to go here. Even Speeds there toward the bottom. We are taking a peek at him. Brandon Templeton doing a good job, especially after getting banged up so early in the race and farther back there in the pack. Good to see him, get down here into the 4th, or up here into the 4th position. Still that top 3 lock. Templeton up 8 positions from where he started this race with 2 to go, so he's got to be really excited and happy about that. Lance Ripka up into the 5th position. He's up 3 positions with Zach Chapman making the move there on Speeds, and now Chapman's up 7 positions. So now all of a sudden that 72 machine is starting to pick up a lot of pace as the white flag is out. Vickery's still leading and really pulling away by over almost 2 seconds here. Vickery's super fast here at this track. I believe Vickery's going to bring it down to the checkered flags. You see him kind of triangulate that turn there a little bit. That'll bring Vickery first, Grandy second, Malachi Smith third. Brandon Templeton will bring in the 4th position, Ripka 5th, Zach Chapman 6th, Spees 7th, and Barker in the 8th position. Followed by Pomerleau, Shreves, Hines, Salas, Chapman, and Davis. Rounding out our 14 drivers here for tonight. Good running by a lot of these guys out here so far. Definitely kind of a bang-up job. A lot of guys getting bent up early. These guys not wanting to see that, and you can't blame them. It was worth a shot. They were trying to get their way around, but just kind of ran out of time, ran out of moves. If you bear with us just a second, we'll see if we can go ahead and round up all of our top 3 guys here. Let's see. Alrighty, I believe I am just now getting caught up with Malachi Smith here. Alright, Malachi, you got a copy on me here, bud? Alright, man. I know first time I called for you, I think I called you, Malachi. I felt so bad about that. But no, Malachi Smith, I got you this time, man. Dude, how was the track out there for you tonight?
Is he in there? Middle really slicked off, or at least for me. Maybe that's why I was a little slower than the top 2 guys. But more so, I feel like the top was where it needed to be.
All right, well, you were able to you got in 3rd place, and then you guys were kind of locked in there, 1, 2, 3. It looked like you started picking up speed there at the end. Did you find anything new about the track to start picking up that speed?
I don't know if it was necessarily I found anything new. I was just doing a little something different than Joseph was in front of me. He was kind of going all the way to the bottom in the corners, and I was just letting it go a little bit through the middle. So it might have been just that. I don't know if I really discovered anything, but I could tell it was helping me out there at the end, just not enough time.
Alrighty, well, you did go ahead and get a good shot here. You didn't get top 10 last week, but you still got a good wind up here for the 2nd week, so at least you'll be able to get some points on the board here. We're heading into the 358s for the next section. Will we see you there?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
All right, man. Well, I'm going to go ahead and let you get locked and loaded, but first give me your shout-outs and all the people out here watching you, man, and we'll get you on the way.
Oh, I just got to thank Venom Racing, all my teammates there, Isaac, Butch, Kevin, all of them. They really push me and make me a better driver. Magnum Race Designs, Got Your Six Racing Network, all those guys there. And, of course, C2C for putting this out.
All right, great job out there, Malachi, and I can't wait to see what you can do out there in the 358s, bud.
All right, thanks, man.
All right, Malachi Smith try to get him wrapped up and get some of these guys out there and on the track. You know, I don't want to hold them up too long, as we're going to go ahead and talk to somebody who was definitely in tow, trying to be as fast as he possibly could. Joseph Grandy, you got a copy on me here, bud?
Yep, how you doing?
All right, man. I talked to you last week in Victory Lane, but unfortunately you were unable to secure it this time. Still second place. You and Vickery decided to swap this week. Was that the plan?
I'll take second any day.
All right. Still super fast out there on the track. I know once we got that past that first load of cautions, I'm sure you really appreciated those green flag laps out there.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm a little bit slow on getting my rhythm back, so I definitely prefer the green laps.
Yeah, definitely. And really a good way to get your rhythm back is starting in the UMPs. Once you get into those 358s, start picking up a lot of speed there. It's going to start, kind of messing with you a little bit, almost like how, the Tuesdays with the midgets and then moving to the 410s. So definite, switch up from a lot of these drivers out there, and especially you in the 518. Man, was there anything you could have done to really run Vickery down, or did he just have this track in the back?
Yeah, on the straightaways, he was breaking away from me pretty good. I was catching him a little on the turns, but yeah, there's nothing I could have done.
All right, man. So the 358s are next. You feeling pretty confident now that you know how to get around the track?
I'm always confident in 358s.
All right, man. Well, we're going to go ahead and let you get locked and loaded here. Go and give me your shout-outs, and let's get you on your way.
I appreciate it. I'd like to thank the broadcast, Coast to Coast, and all the sponsors who make this possible.
Oh, man, so vague, but I love it. All right, bud. Joseph Grandy, appreciate you coming out here tonight, man. I can't wait to see if you get in the winner's circle in the next round.
All right. Hopefully see you again.
All right, Joseph. All right, there's Joseph Grandy there. Man, and our winner for tonight, Nick Vickery. Super fast out there on the track tonight. He shows how to get it done in the Cool Ray Victory Lane. But Nicholas Vickery, I'm sure he hears it 1,000 times. Nick Vickery in Victory Lane. Here you are in the 00, man. How was the track out there for you tonight?
Yeah, it felt really good. The line that I was running is always really fast here. It doesn't really matter what car you're in. And I knew coming in tonight that I needed to start up front. A lot of this track is track position for the feature, or starting position for the feature. So I wanted to start as close to the front as I could and was able to get it done.
All right. Normally I do talk to you in a podium position, but I finally get you in Victory Lane, man. And really, this it's got to be a sigh of relief. Finally getting that one. Finally getting that win, man. Getting out front. I mean, is you starting to feel your rhythm come in?
Yeah, last week I had 2 podiums and had a racing incident in the other one. So I'm hoping to try to maintain this year and really just be there in the end for the points championship and at least make a battle and make it interesting.
Alrighty, and you are talking about the UMP. You placed second last week in that one. Didn't place top 10 in the 358s. I'm sure you're looking to turn that around. And you placed second place as well in the Pro Late model. So I'm sure we'll see you all night, and hopefully we'll be able to catch back up with you. But, Nick, go ahead, man. Give me your shout-outs, man. Let's get you in the 358s, see if we can turn some of that luck around.
All right, so definitely got to shout out Spartan Racing #1. Lance Ripka ran that last race with me, and he was able to round out the top 5. So that was a really good run for him, especially after getting caught up in some early stuff. So definitely got to shout him out and the rest of the Spartan guys. After that would be VMR Wraps. If anybody there needs a wrap, come check us out on Facebook at VMR E-Wraps. I got to thank Cool Ray. Andy Piercefield does a lot for a lot of leagues, so definitely got to shout him out any chance I can. And then, of course, I got to thank Roger and Preston for putting all this on and keeping it all organized. And then, of course, you for putting on a great show. I went back and watched last week's race actually today, so I look forward to doing that for tonight's races too.
Cool. All right, bud. Well, hopefully we'll be able to get you some more camera time as long as you're in the front. The breakaway you had here tonight, I didn't have you much up in there. Have you in the camera much. You kind of left the field, so I had to find a good battle out there. But I'm sure you'll have a battle in your hands in the 358s. Nicholas Vickery in Victory Lane for the UMP division. Fantastic job, bud, and hopefully I'll see you again.
All right, thank you, sir.
All righty, guys, and that is Nick Vickery there. We're going to go ahead and cut away to that commercial you guys love so very, very much as I go ahead and watch these guys get the 358s out there on the track and get them warmed up.
This October, some of iRacing's best dirt racers come together for one of the biggest A-days ever. All dirt roads lead to Charlotte, and the Dirt Track Bank World Finals presented by the Dirt Alliance. Fixed 360s, Pro Late models, and small block modifieds collide for 7 action-packed nights in a pursuit of a guaranteed purse of $1,500. 3 champions and an overall world champion will be crowned. Register now for this great event. Go to c2crl.com for more information. The World Finals run from October 21st to the 27th. 100% of registration goes to Mission 22 in their fight to end veteran suicide. A joint effort between the Coast2Coast Racing League, Friday Night Lights, and Dirt Track Bank, a division of Malvern Bank. Don't miss it.
In our industry.
The lifetime parts and labor warranty is pretty awesome. Basically, all the parts are covered, the labor and everything.
When we say lifetime, we mean lifetime, and it's supported with money-back guarantees. And with that, you're getting all qualified technicians that are going to ensure that this job is done perfectly and operates perfectly throughout the life of the unit.
Learn more about our Coolray lifetime parts and labor warranty at Coolray.com. Coolray & Carrier. Turn to the experts.
The 50th Napa Super Dirt Week, October 3rd through the 9th. Racing, music, camping, and more. It's the 50th running of racing's biggest party, October 3rd through the 9th at Oswego Speedway. Don't miss the superstars of dirt car racing go wheel to wheel. Then stay for the live music and entertainment. Get your tickets now at SuperDIRTweek.com or call 844-DIRT-TICKS. Be there.
Alrighty, we are back. No schedule said about 7:45 we should be starting, but the UMP's carried over just a little bit. But no harm, no foul. We are ready here for the small block modifieds, the 358 division, sponsored by the Super Dirt Car Series. This is going to be a great shootout. I know a lot of guys are pretty excited about getting their way up there. Looks like Nick Vickery in the 00 looking to aim for that victory lane shot there as we're kind of taking a peek at him. I know he is sitting down pit right now. Got a few guys out there going ahead and switching up cars, getting out of the UMPs into the 358s here and getting underway. So a lot of guys really getting that deep breath. All right, let's get into another mindset and get our way out here. But another way for some of these guys to really kind of knock off some of that rust out there is if you join a Coast2Coast Racing League. These guys do go ahead and they host a racing school for you where the league's top drivers are out there. They volunteer to help you, actually free of charge, to help improve your driving skills. And I'm talking about various skill sets such as qualifying driving lines, your driver awareness, and some setup advice. So if you go to C2CRL.com and you can schedule a session right there. So awesome by this league as we watch some of these guys starting to put some qualifying times down here. We'll go ahead and see what the best shot they can go ahead and give us. Let's get to that race prep right now and see what we are looking at for a little bit of deal here. Looks like temperatures come up just a little bit on the track, about 68 degrees and 55% humidity. So it's going to be just as rough as what we saw going in with the UMP division for you, those of you who are still with us and not just joining in. But here we go. 79 degree air temperature, so it should be good air for the engine here tonight. Man, let's go ahead and see if we can go ahead and pick up right where we left off here. So we are starting to see some of the quick qualifying times. I got our best times up there, figure out where everybody's going to have a good shot, and Nick Vickery picking up where he left off, right there in the front spot. Spees in second, and Anthony Morano there in third. Good run by all these drivers out here so far. Last week, definitely different. Definitely different. Isaac Salas came in first, Grandy second, Charles Weaver third, Michael Vitale fourth, and Alex Pomerleau came fifth. So John Hine, who's normally with me here in the came in sixth position. Brandon Templeton seventh, Butch Baker eighth, Michael Brewer came in ninth, and Brian Lawson in the 10th position. So we'll have to see if they guys change it up here a little bit. Now would be a good time to go ahead and mention the Steve King Foundation. If you guys are unfamiliar with that, this is a foundation that was formed to help dirt track racing communities across the country by providing financial assistance to drivers, pit crew members, racing officials, even down to the track operations personnel, and they also go to your immediate families for those individuals who may have suffered serious illness, injury, and or death. So that will be the Steve King Foundation, really out there helping everybody as much as they can. We're coming down to the last few seconds here of qualifying. Only about 15 seconds to kind of wrap this one up. Vickery, Spees, Pomerleau. Pomerleau goes ahead and slides in for the 397 into that third position. And Dean Reynolds in the fifth. We talked about Morano. He was third, but Pomerleau just bumped him out there. So it looks like we're going to go ahead and get started on our first stage here. And let's see how we get them lined up. Alrighty. Let's get to the grid. Randy Shreves is going to bring us out front. Isaac Salas in second. A lot of these guys have seen each other before, and they're going to give each other a good run. Morano will be third. Nick Vickery fourth in the 00. So he just won his first race there tonight. Let's see if we can get another one. Zach Chapman fifth. John Hine, sixth position in the 71 machine. 513 to Jeff Barker, hopefully trying to turn around a little bit of that luck there. And the 008 will be Bob Evertson. All right. This is going to be a good run by these drivers out here tonight. Only 8 laps in this one for the heat. We're going to go ahead and see how this one gets going. As I believe I am being joined here by Marty. Marty, I'm glad for you to show up here. We are getting underway for the 358 division right now. But, you know, as they're getting warmed up, now is a good time to mention Langton Mechanical. They are second to none, a heat and air conditioning company in the Hamilton area. They promise their customers professionally trained Langton specialists that they will be there personally every step of the way. They guarantee the customer satisfaction from start to finish, and that's not just including sales, that's installation and the maintenance service as well, and that'll be backed 100% by Langton. So here we go, Randy Shreves and Salas up here in the front. And Marty, boy, you're about to see Heat 1 get underway.
Oh, yes, and these 358s will never disappoint wherever track you go to. Shreves trying to get away with the advantage off the corner, but Isaac Salas, one of the best with the 358s, down the back chute, trying to get the preferred corner exit. And through 3 and 4, still side by side. Shreves goes up the track. Salas will lead lap number 1.
Yeah, away they go. Salas really getting out there in front of Vickery. Vickery just won the UMP division, and now he's going to see if he can double it up. As Shreves in the third, John Hine trying to do some work there on the outside, but the 32 of Anthony Morano really sticking it to him there on that low line. So we're going to have to see if Anthony Morano is going to hold that line or if he's going to tuck in behind him there.
Keep in mind, that's for that final transfer spot on the racetrack. You saw Hine nearly got up on the bumper of Shreves in the battle for third. Opens up the door. Oh, look out! Morano, big crash with Zach Chapman. That was close to those guys going upside down. And Chapman's got a lot of damage to the 72. He is going to have to start from the rear of the field tonight.
Yes, hopefully he does have a backup car sitting back in the trailer. He's able to kind of get that thing back out and get back on the track, because that is going to finish it for him in the first heat of tonight. Nick Vickery still charging up here in the second position, trying a little bit different line than what Isaac Salas does. Isaac Salas really starting to get a good pull away here, as he was the winner last week and is looking to repeat that performance here tonight.
Cross flags are up, 4 up and 4 down. Vickery trying to see if he can get a better run up on the second groove. Doesn't seem to work. Stickers closing in on slide job, and the 00 has turned it down to a half car length. Last time by for Vickery, he was a 10th quicker. We'll see what the gap is this time by at the line, but Stickers is there.
All right, Nick Vickery doing a fantastic job working here on the inside. Only 3 left to go left in this heat, and really we are seeing battles back and forth, as it looks like Vickery kind of kisses it off the inside wall there. No harm, no foul. Doesn't look like any damage to the 00 car, but he is definitely going to have to change his race line here if he wants to get caught back up.
2 laps to go here, and Vickery just trying to pressure the 5 car into making a mistake. You got Shreves up there still in third position after he faded at the start. Vickery right now just trying to hold the line, but Salas trying to stay defensive. The battle for pole position in our 30-lap feature on the line. It's come down to 3 drivers.
All right, Salas, Vickery, Shreves, and Hine are guys in the top 4. Vickery trying to see if he can get enough speed on the outside, as the white flag is already in the air. Nick Vickery trying to run him down, but it looks like Isaac Salas may have this one won as long as he can keep it off the tires toward the inside. Barney in the flag stand is waving the checkered flag, so Salas, Vickery, Shreves, 1, 2, and 3. John Hine will come for that cutoff spot in 4th. Jeff Barker 5th. Bob Evertson in the 6th, and Morano in the 7th. Looks like Zach Chapman has taken that thing into pit after that bend up there, so he's going to have his work cut out for him in the feature.
Absolutely. So we'll move to heat race number 2, brought to you by Magnum Race Design, offering iRacing wraps, hero cards, logos, flyers, and even t-shirt designs. If you're looking for a new design and want attention to detail, competitive pricing, and fast turnaround times, check out Magnum Race Design on Facebook, where you can contact them directly through Messenger. Magnum Race Design, the official sponsor of the 358 Modifieds. Here's how they line up for heat race number 2. Lance Ripka and Joseph Grandy in row number 1. Dean Reynolds and Steven Spees in row 2. Mike Vitale and Adam Flieger in row number 3. And then Kevin Davis and Dean Meister round out the field for heat race number 2.
Alrighty, it looks like Kevin Davis back there in the 021. We'll have to kind of see if he can get this one back on track. He had a little trouble in the UMPs, kind of dialed out there, and he may have gone ahead and fixed that connection issue, but no harm, no foul. He will be starting there toward the back. Hopefully he's able to put on a good show here with the 358s. I know this is well sought after one here, Marty, especially in the Super Dirt Car Series.
Absolutely. As we get set to go green, the Super Dirt Car Series has been to Williams Grove before. But we're ready for the green flag here, Patrick. Take the start.
Alrighty, Lance Ripka looking, waiting for that green flag, and away they go. See the left side from that torque of them picking up, and diving into turn one. Away goes Lance Ripka, but man, he's starting to give up that spot already to Joseph Grandy, who's working that outside line. Man, definitely loose start from some of those guys toward the back.
Oh! Ripka just went sideways in 3 and 4.
Yeah, Ripka having a little trouble here in the 358s here.
He just absolutely lost it in corner entry on turn number 3. It's like he had too much yaw in the corner. We got another one sideways. Adam Flieger in the 38's gone around. There's more contact. Vitale and Davis playing bumper cars. That allows Meitzer to open up a huge lead on Vitale for the final transfer spot. Up 4 spots. But here's the battle for the lead, Patrick. Grandy and Spies.
All right, and Spies, you know, he's very stubborn. He's able to hold his own there on the outside. And we'll see if he can go ahead and get Joseph Grandy kind of behind him, but at this point, but not right now, going through 3 and 4. Spies hanging on the outside. Grandy sticking true to the bottom. He's not giving up that line at all. But the 790 of Dean Reynolds here looking to see if he can take a peek on the outside as well and help push Spies around, which is now going to push Joseph Grandy fighting for the 2nd and 3rd spot instead of the lead.
Dean's working the cushion here at the moment down the back chute. Getting past Joseph Grandy for 2nd. Held the quickest lap last time by. 21:32. Has 1 car left to chase that Spies halfway.
Alrighty, 4 left to go left in this heat, brought to you by Magnum Race Designs. This is going to be a heck of a shootout here toward the end. As Spies is just trying to hold them all off. A lot of discipline out of Spies right now, not paying attention to that rear view mirror. Drive his line and try to get pulled away, but Dean Reynolds all 100% focus out of that windshield as he's put Joseph Grandy behind him.
3 laps to go, and the high side is the place to be. Spies a lot of yaw. Dean did not have any yaw there in the center of the corner. Grandy gets the door open down the back chute for 2nd. They nearly touch Nerf bars there as they go into turn number 3. Grandy trying to hang on and get the bite off at turn number 4. He can't. Best battle for 2nd at the line. 2 left.
All right, Joseph Grandy still got a lot of work to do here on the racetrack. 2 to go, as Marty said here, but we still got a lot of race left to go. This is just Heat 2. We still got a feature to go, but man, Joseph Grandy trying to see if he can push this one on his way through, but still just not enough speed there on the inside line.
Final lap underway for Steven Spies. He's got a 4/10 of a second lead. Low line, not the place to be anymore. You want to be working it on the middle of the groove before that starts to slicken up here. Dino and Grandy, meanwhile, in the battle for 2nd in the closing quarter of the circuit. Off of turn 4, Spies takes the win in Heat 2 rather. Reynolds holds on for 2nd over Joseph Grandy. And for 4th at the line, Dean Meitzer gets the final transfer spot over Vitale, Davis, Ripka, and Flieger. Luckily, the car count is at 24. Everyone will be in the show tonight.
All right, and I'm sure everybody's excited to hear that. You know, we actually having another chance, but this is going to rotate us to our 3rd heat, of course, brought to you by Salty Dogs Racing Team. The Salty Dogs Racing Team is composed of many of the senior members of the Coast2Coast Racing League, and they release from their home to create havoc and chaos on the track. Whenever 3 or more of those dogs are in the race, a dog bone will be awarded to the highest finisher. Right now, guys looking to see if they can get a good job finishing the race here. Let's go ahead and pop up that grid. Looks like Jeff Floro and Jeffrey Kemper in the front row. Alex Pomerleau gets 4th place position, followed by Templeton in 3rd, Spangler 5th. Jeff Sharp will be in the 6th position. So we'll have to see if Sharp can go ahead and get around better in this run than he did last week. Malachi Smith in 7th and John Morano 8th.
This heat looks pretty stacked, absolutely, for sure. You got guys like Templeton out there. You got the Renegades champion in Patrick Spangler that starts from 5th. This is a really good heat race, and I'm looking forward to seeing the competition as the Steve King Foundation pace car is in pit road. We are ready to go for the green flag. Flero and Kemper will get us going. Winner will start from 3rd spot. And green flag is out. A stacked up start, though, at the line, though. As Kemper tries, oh, look out, Flaro got the ending of the wall, stacks up the outside line. Templeton takes second. Spangler goes for third, meanwhile. Shuts the door on Flaro. Jeff Sharp, meanwhile, looks for the final transfer spot, but has to deal in a battle with Pomelo for the fifth spot. Seems like Flaro's got it going, Patrick, as he looks on Spangler for third.
Yeah, Flaro trying to get, recoup from where he kind of clipped that inside where that tire was. Pomelu's going to try to put some work on him there in the 397, but yeah, 200 of Jeff Flaro there trying to see if he can change his luck. Definitely not where you want to go is backwards. The way he goes, trying to see if he can stay in that cutoff spot.
Battle for the race lead, though, is on. 2 laps complete. Brandon Templeton had the quickest lap of anyone last time by at a 21.4. He tries to look downstairs for the race lead and get the bite. Pulls up to the door of Jeffrey Kemper. Templeton with the send into 3 and 4. Looking for the race lead. He's got it. Can he clear Kemper? Oh! Kemper touches wheels and ramps up, but he's still going.
Boy, Kemper definitely got rocked on that one. Picked the front end of the car up. A little slow on the restart when they got this heat underway, but now he's definitely starting to pick up some speed here in the third heat. We'll have to see if he can get caught back up to Templeton here, see if he can regain some of that momentum and get his way back into the front. Right now, Templeton up 2 positions from where he started, but so is Spangler there in the 39, up 2 positions as well. A lot of cars doing some moving around here on the track.
A good battle for fourth, breaking out between Flaro and Pomelo. It was Pomelo that was trying to get at the line. He got up to the door, but now you've got the 200 Canadian. Up to the inside of Spangler for third, but doesn't have it yet. He's still trying, though, on that high side banger.
All right, Jeff Flaro there trying to work that outside, kind of a no man's land out there. No one's touched that piece of dirt just yet as he's cutting new tracks into it, and we'll have to see if that costs him. As the 200 looks like he kind of preloads going into turn 3 there to see if he can get a better angle, but Pomelo not taking any part of that, dials it back a little bit, thought he was going to spin himself out and now realigns to see if he can get another shot at getting into that 4th position.
Tried to slide up on corner exit, but here comes Pomelo in the 397. Battle between the 2 Canadians for the final transfer spot. Pomelo nearly clips the wall entering turn number 3. Your race is on for that 4th and final spot. They nearly touch the white flag. Flaro's got the advantage, Patrick.
All right.
Oh, look out. Yep, Sharp is involved.
Yeah, Sharp gets turned around as white flag is out. What happens from here on out. Templeton looks like he's going to go ahead and bring away the heat win right now, but the shot for Pomelo is starting to fade fast as Jeff Flaro looks like he's going to hold that inside line and bring it home for the 4th position.
Whoa!
Man, that was close.
I tell you what, Pomelo had the energy off of turn number 4, but Flaro just held him off barely. He got just enough bite to take that 4th spot.
Oh yeah, Templeton, Kemper, Spangler, Flaro, Pomelo, Smith, Morano, and Sharp getting our top 8 there as we line up for, I believe, a warm-up now. So it looks like everybody gets to calm down, get a good shot around here, and kind of give it that woo-saw moment, everybody gets through the heats and, kind of see if we can get around the track and start feeling a little better about what we're doing out here.
Absolutely, and from what I've learned in the heat races is a lot like we've normally seen at Williams Grove. The racing line you want to be getting higher and higher and higher throughout the night. Right now we're seeing the middle groove be the place to be, but I think we're going to see a multi-groove track here tonight. I mean, we learned it with a couple of drivers like Brandon Templeton. Made the pass for the race lead in that heat race on the inside line. So that will be interesting to see if that keeps on going here in the feature, especially with all the talent we've got starting inside the top 5 and inside the top 10.
Alrighty, and Marty out there in the chat, Dustin Richens 87 is that his question when the late models are going to start here tonight.
Late models will be starting just around, if not before, 9 p.m. Eastern Time.
Alrighty, so he must be kind of favoring that track right there. Definitely, and that's kind of the thing that's really cool about the Coast to Coast. I appreciate everybody coming and joining us for all 3 sessions, every night that I'm on. But, if there's one that you've got to absolutely see, if you're running a little late, have no fear. They go ahead and have that schedule up there on C2C. RL.com. They have all the schedule out there for all the runnings every day of the week for you to come out here and see, see what you like. I know on Tuesday nights, Marty, I even have a NASCAR run there toward the end, so we actually leave the dirt and back to the asphalt.
Yeah, absolutely. And Tuesday, from what I've been hearing, has been a great success so far as we've moved the NASCAR Truck Series up to Tuesday nights. It's normally been a weekend afternoon race, but it's great to see what's been taking place there on that side of things. I do the Monday night races with Dean and Isaac in the booth. We have one wheel of a time. And by the way, to our regular Coast to Coast Racing League friends, if you have not seen it earlier this week, we did make the iRacing Not Top 10 from a sprint car race we did at Lernerville, where we had two of our drivers, Chad Cote and Dean Meitzler, fall down the back straightaway hill into the boat area. Yeah. I still couldn't believe it when I was watching that in person. I lost my mind.
Yeah, that is definitely something to see there. But here, Williams Grove, man, I think what's kind of interesting is, normally when we're seeing the midgets or those wingless 360s that we do out there, we're running on quarter-mile tracks, and here we are in a half-mile, and I'm just wondering if a little bit of the speed difference, these guys are just either not getting enough speed into the turns or just these straightaways are kind of tripping them up here at Williams Grove.
Well, we got to remember, these are 358 modifieds here. They're not like sprint cars. They're not like midgets or super late models. These don't have the horsepower you normally see in a 800 horsepower big block. This is, I think, probably around 500 to 600, if I recall correctly. That's why a little bit slower, but what that allows for is for the car to be focused on control over getting to the gas and controlling at the same time.
All right, well, Marty, go ahead and get a little control here and show me really what we got for a starting lineup here tonight.
Absolutely. Well, we've got on the front row, you got Slide Job Isaac Salas in the 05 and Steven Spees in the 55. Row number 2, Brandon Templeton in the 31 and Stickers Nick Vickery in the 00. Row 3, Dean Reynolds in the 790 and Jeff Kemper in the 181. Row 4, Randy Shreves in the 56 and Joseph Grandy in the 518. Row 5, it's the high side banger, Patrick Spangler in the 39 and the Professor John Hine in the 71. Row 11, Dean Meitzler in the 49 and Jeff Flero in the 200. Row number 7 rather, Jeff Barker in the 513 and Mike Vitale in the 213. Row number 8, Alex Pomelo in the 397, Bob Evertson in the 008, the eventful one. Row 9, Kevin Davis in the 021 and Malachi Smith in the 013. In row number 10, Anthony Morano in the 32 and Lance Ripka in the 125. Row number 11, it's John Morano in the 033 and Scooby-Doo Zach Chapman in the 72. And rounding out the field tonight, Adam Flieger in the 038 and Jeff Sharp in car number 28.
Man, really a stacked field here tonight. And I know starting too wide out here, this is going to be definitely a stack up. Definitely, really where I see it start happening is kind of after 7th and 8th position. These guys start mashing up, and hopefully they are all able to survive tonight. As we get a quick little shot here from the spotter tower, you kind of see really what our field looks like. Definitely a stacked field here, Marty, and this is going to be really a bang-up job here by a lot of these drivers as the pace car is ducking on off. Oh man, we're about to go under green. This is going to be a push for a win here, and we'll see if one of these guys can go ahead and secure a win to start week 2.
Absolutely. Salas and Spees bring us to green. The 358s are underway at the Grove.
All right, Isaac Salas picking up right where he left off last week, and with a win in his pocket already in the 358s. But here he goes, leading this one away. Man, Marty, I know you're super excited. But
we got trouble. Big wreck. Mike Vitale is around Patrick Spangler, and we got one up on its lid. I think that's Meitzler in the 49 as our first yellow waves, and we didn't even get it through 2 corners.
Holy cow. Yeah, I definitely saw that one. Man, I couldn't get to them fast enough as they were tumbling around there in the back. Spangler, Pomerleau, and Barker, I know, were definitely some of the guys that were involved in that one. Let's see if we can rotate back here to Vitale and see if anything happened. I believe the 213 was on his lid as well.
It started, if I'm looking at this correctly, Spangler caught that inside wall opening with the left front and just caused a huge stack-up effect from there on out. Barker with nowhere to go, but look at the airtime he got. He hit the opening on the back straightaway wall, actually went through the bridge.
Dude. All right, we're gonna roll that back just one more time and see if we can see if I can get another angle here, probably from our Ace Designs drone footage here, as we get back underway one more time. Taking a look here from Spangler in the 39. Oh, caught the wall.
Yeah. And look at Barker right there. And look, I talked about not top 10s earlier on. That may make it.
Wow.
I didn't have to be this ironic to start the evening.
Ouch. All right, so we'll see if any of the guys are checking out after that one. That is going to be kind of a punishing move right there. Spangler.
I can tell you that Spangler is out of the race officially.
Yeah, all right. Pace car lights are still on. I believe they're off this time around. Salas still enjoying that front row line there, but we'll have to see if any of these other guys are going to get another shot. Metzler and Vitale are still in pit right now, unsure on their damage situation. Pomerleau, he survived as well as Jeff Barker. Quick little pit stop for them, and they will square this one back away.
So let's reset the field as we come back to green. This will be a complete restart, this time just single file though. As Isaac Salas leads, Steven Spees second, Brandon Templeton third, Nick Vickery fourth, Dean Reynolds fifth, Jeff Kemper sixth, Randy Shreve seventh, Joseph Grandy eighth, John Hine ninth, and Jeff Flero rounding out the top 10. Here we come, Patrick, back to green.
Oh boy, man, as Isaac Salas goes ahead and gets a great restart right there to go ahead and get this one back underway. He's trying to get away from Steven Spees there.
Oh, caution, Jeff Flero has crashed with the line.
No.
And we got another guy involved in Jeff Sharp.
No, man. I know Isaac Salas has got to be banging his head off the table now, trying to figure out what in the world he's got to do to get some green flag laps here. Let's go ahead and see if we can give a quick roundabout here shot at the 200 car. He is a little plane out there tonight. Hopefully Magnum Race Designs or one of our fine paint companies can go ahead and hook him up here. Let's take a little look here at the restart.
Looked like there was just a stack up and Grandy just didn't see the leader get going. And look at that hard shot. All four wheels off the ground for Jeff Flero.
Yeah, John Hine definitely tried to duck out of that. You saw him go toward the bottom trying to save it there. Oh, man.
The 33.
Yeah, the 33 of John Morano gets him too. Kind of picks him back up, and really everybody's just scrambling to get back out there. Oh, man.
Jeff Sharp.
Yep. Yeah, and then you see Barney right there change the flags in his hand and back out with the yellow. Look at Pomerleau.
Look at Pomerleau. I think what he had done, he locked up on the brakes trying to avoid that massacre and had nowhere to go in his path.
Yeah. Looks like he comes to a stop. No harm, no foul for that. All right.
Well, we try once again, Patrick.
Yeah, that's kind of undoing itself here. I know everybody's kind of hopped up. You know, I think that's kind of the thing is these guys get really juiced up, ready for this one to go ahead and get it underway. And then when it's finally time, it's somebody misses a restart, you just see that accordion effect work its way on back. But right now, Salas, Spees, Templeton up here 1, 2, and 3. You're going to have to see if Vickery can go ahead and get anything done starting in that 4th position. It looks like my tower's having a little bit of a blink moment there. Do you ever have that, Marty? Where it kind of shuffles on you right as everybody gets around the track?
Oh, that's normal. That's normal.
Man, I hate when it does that. Alrighty. Pace car lights are off, and we're about to go right back under green. Out there in the chat, looking to see if any cars can be modded in this game. Due to the series allow them to do that or no? New to iRacing, I said there's no modding. Is there a series that runs that you do have to mod cars for dirt? Not sure what kind of modding. If you're talking about messing with the setups, there is definitely setups, I believe, Monday night, but around we go here. But these are fixed setup races, I do believe here, Marty. So a lot of these guys are running the same setup. So really, what you're battling is the driver at this point.
Isaac Salas holding on to the serve, but Brandon Templeton trying to get a run off of turn 4 here on Spees. Doesn't work. Top 8 drivers all single file here across the start-finish line.
Alrighty, as we get going around here, still showing Mike Vitale up there toward the top. There we go. Nice little blank there. All right. Steven Spees in second, Templeton third, Vickery fourth, and Dean Reynolds rounding out our top 5. Speed.
Whoa! Reynolds and Vickery got together, and around goes Steve. What a save, but behind them they pile up.
Here we go.
Everson is involved.
Here we go. Grandy trying his best to keep it together, but they're still
Oh,
tumbling.
big wreck. I think, who was that guy in the pits?
Was that Spangler in the 39?
I thought that was Hind there for a moment. Nope, he's still going. Someone disappeared on my screen. I think that was Kevin Davis. I think he got DQ'd from this race.
All right, let's take another look here from a different angle. Try to see if I can piece this together.
This was wild. Watch Dean and Everson. Well, that's what happened there. Flarrell already had wrecked. That's what triggered the caution flag out.
Yeah, and then I think it continues a little farther up.
It did. If you rewind, watch the 13 and then also the 021 of Davis.
Yeah, I think that's who I was trying to find was the 13. 13 looked like Malachi. There he is. All right, there's Malachi. 13's around.
Yeah, that was Davis. That was upside down and disappeared. The reason why he did that, the reason why Davis disappeared, he was at 12x already. He is out of this race because he'd already reached his maximum level of instant points. Now, normally when you see a car go off track at Williams Grove, that's simply because it just goes off the track and out of the ballpark. That's normal here for dirt racing, but he had already reached 12x, and we're only on lap 5 of this race.
Yeah, definitely. You saw, oof. 13 goes ahead and racks up a couple more incident points right there. Holy cow. All right, let's get this thing back live. Hopefully we are able to go ahead and get some green flag laps here. And this is kind of what we're seeing of the redo of the UMP race. You know, they had about 3 or 4 cautions right there in the first 5 laps, and then after that, it was almost green flag all the way at the end. So maybe it's just kind of shaking out the cobwebs here. I know everybody pretty jacked up here, but it looks like pace car lights are off. We're going to go back under green. Boy, yeah, I'll tell you what. There's if one thing Coast to Coast can do, they can put on definitely a lot of racing leagues here. I know we're broadcasting over 12 of them here so far, this being the Thursday Night Thunder Series. And tomorrow will be the Friday Night Lights. Not sure who's running those. Talk to me, Marty. Who is it? Who's running Fridays?
We've got, I believe, 358s, crate lates, and 305s. I can't recall off the top of my head. I got someone else Friday night that I'm really focused on. But anyway, let's try this once again as we come back to green. Isaac Salas holding on to serve on Steven Spees.
All right, Isaac Salas still holding out there out front. I'm sure he's appreciating all this nice clean air as he's battling out there towards the side. Spees is trying that low line. Really, he normally rides the high line, but he's kind of given up on it. But as I say that, he takes the high line between 3 and 4.
Caution. John Hine has wrecked it, and I think he is in the pits. He may have full.
Definitely a busy one here tonight. All right, let's take a little look back here at John Hine here and kind of see what happens to his 71 machine. Here we go. Oof.
Hello?
Yep, there you are. 008 of Bob Evertson kind of clips right there. Puts the two together, and then there's John Hine there. He got nailed on that one. All right,
yeah, apologies for that. My internet actually died for a couple of minutes.
All righty. Well, that is no problem, no harm, no foul here. Let's go ahead and take a little cockpit ride along with John Hine. Kind of see what he saw kind of coming up into the 71 machine. Oh, look out. Man, I would not want to see
This has been wild. This has been insane with these 358s.
All right. Man, still 25 left to go in this one. Let's go ahead and rotate.
I think they heard that I showed up. I crashed the party, and they were like, "Yeah, let's
crash too."
Yeah.
All right. Man. Yeah, a lot of It may be just this week. I know when I was broadcasting the 410s, I think we had 8 cautions in that one as well. That one was pretty rough. I think it was just coming off those 360 wingless into the 410s. I mean, it just went from a little bit of power to a whole lot of power, and then everything started kind of getting all bent up. A lot of these guys out here: Salas, Spies, Templeton, 1, 2, and 3. Vickery, Shreves, 4 and 5. Kemper, 6th. Dean Reynolds in 7th. Joseph Grandy in the 8th position. Bob Evertson in the 9th, and Lance Ripka seems to be turning around his luck so far, holding in the 10th position. He is up 10 positions from where he was starting in 20th, but the fastest mover right now is him and Zach Chapman. Chapman back there in the 12th position, but I believe we're going to get back underway here under green here, Marty.
Absolutely. As you see, Salas hold on to serve. Oh, we got one sideways in 1 and 2. That should be another caution, and it is.
Evertson.
Oh, my goodness. A lot of penalty points coming on off, and looking forward to seeing the race notes next Thursday night.
Oh, man, so reserved. Alrighty, let's get back here to Evertson here. Let's take another look, see what in the world happened here real quick. Alright, here we go.
Bob Evertson, we call him the eventful one for a reason too, and just sent it too much in the Grandy, and then 25 car plopped him on his lid up and over. I think I saw Zach Chapman involved here. By the time this race ends, we're gonna have like nobody left.
Yeah, especially when you're saying incident points does DQ these guys out here. That's going to they've got to be careful. They got to start watching out what they're doing here.
Gotta have the drivers use their heads.
Yeah. It does look like Bob Evertson is taking this thing down in the pit. I wonder if he's got a steering problem.
And I think that is the issue there on his end.
Dang. Yeah, it looked like he got on the back of Joseph Grandy there, and Grandy was able to hold it, but yeah, that just started stacking everybody up as Lance Ripka still maintains his 10th position. 24 to go, so we got another lap down, but still a long way to go left in this one.
Oh yes, by a long way to go, you mean a long way to go.
Yeah, 30 laps has never looked so long to me, but this is definitely starting to be a task for a lot of these drivers out here. And I mean, it's nothing, you know, the top 5, these guys are doing pretty well, but you know, when Randy Shreve started 7th, up here in the 5th position, I know he wants to march his way up front, but you know, when you got caution after caution, you know, you got to start wondering if you're going to run out of gas before the end.
And let's admit this well here. That's a good point too. But Williams Grove Speedway is not your ordinary short track oval on iRacing. This is a track with very long straights and tighter and wider corners than someone normally thinks. Think about it as maybe Martinsville, a longer version of Martinsville.
I was hoping you were going to say that instead of a Bristol where it's more bowl shaped, you're kind of flattening it out like Martinsville.
Absolutely. All right, let's get back to green. Salas fires them.
All right, I see Salas back in the lead, taking this for another restart. So he's getting pretty good at these. He's definitely going to have it down in his book of how to do restarts as the way he goes. Up here in the top 3, I want to kind of rotate back to Joseph Grandy here. Looks like he's starting to see a little bit going on behind him between Barker and Ripka. 513 kind of starting there on the inside line there. Whoa, man. Almost goes up and bumps into Grandy. As we get one green flag lap down, Marty. That's looking good so far.
And we've got a battle for the race lead. Steven Spies took a peek underneath on Isaac Salas, but the bottom is not working. Now Spies has to deal with an attack from Brandon Templeton in the battle for a second. Templeton tries to go down the track and try and diamond, but he stays locked and tucked right behind the 55.
And 1, 2, 3 starting to already get about almost a second lead on the 4th position of Nick Vickery. Vickery starting to watch the 1, 2, 3 guys pulling away, but he was able to get a good podium finish in the last race. But here we go. He's having to chase them down at this point. Salas, Spies, Templeton, 1, 2, 3 starting to get about 3/10 separation between each of them. Randy Shreves close in tow, but now he's got to watch out for Jeffrey Kemper in the 181.
Absolutely. Best battle on the racetrack is that Kemper and Shreves battle for 5th. Randy up 2 positions from the drop of the green flag. You got Dean Reynolds watching in tow in that 79 machine. Shreves looks like he just went a little bit up too high. Kemper's got the door open. 11 laps in the books.
All Alrighty, the 56 ABR setup shop machine right there, trying to see if he can hold that outside line. Jeffrey Kemper still taking a peek there on the inside, but he's unable to get it done. Not being able to carry enough speed out of that turn, so now he's going to try to aim high. Drops it off the top shelf there, and now the 79 of Dean Reynolds there, trying to reel him in, but just can't get it done here, Marty.
Dino's trying to send it in on corner exit, but there is nothing working on the baby bottom at the moment. It's all slicking up there. That allows Dean to lose some time and Kemper to try and close in on Shreves for the 5th position. Meanwhile, Salas leading by 0.6 of a second as we've got a battle breaking out for 2nd. Templeton looking underneath on Speeds for P2.
And Brandon Templeton trying once again down there on the bottom a little bit, what you saw Dean Reynolds trying, but just isn't able to get it done. Race lines are starting to kind of fade away for some of these drivers. It seems only one line, about 3/4 of the way up, seems to be the sweet spot, and really, you guys are going to have to figure out how to get around. But Nick Vickery waiting there in the back in the 00. Now is his time to attack. 16 to go left in this one, and Vickery looks like he's applying pressure to Brandon Templeton.
Vickers on the bottom of the 31, but again, nothing on the low side. Trying to pressure the 00 into making a mistake. Excuse me, trying to pressure the 31 into making a mistake, but nothing going. All happening behind Isaac Salas, gap 3/4 of a second as we're halfway home.
All right, Vickery seeing if he can get anything done there, but now Speed's under fire there by Brandon Templeton. Salas happy about having almost a 3/4 of a second lead right now, getting away from all this trouble here in the back. Speed's still under fire there by Brandon Templeton. Look like they're just about to make contact as Speeds dives it into 1 and 2.
And Templeton almost thought about putting the bumper on the 55 in the battle for 2nd spot. Here goes Brandon going to send it into 3 and 4. Looking to get some bite on the exit. That's where he's been so good at all day, but can't clear up on Speeds just yet. That opens the door maybe for Vickery. Caution on the speedway. And we've got Meitzler around and up in the air, and I think Morano as well. Yes, and Morano is up on his lid.
Oh, man. John Morano right here showing the yellow flag. Let's see if we can roll it back real quick and see what in the world happened to that 33 machine here.
Morano, Meitzler got the wall there. They just hooked it. Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
Oh, my goodness. Side over side and end over end. Wow. And I thought sprint cars took wild flips like that, but that in a modified... Holy moly. That had to have been at least 10 flips for him.
All right, and let's go ahead and feel his pain right here as we watch, as we take a
Oh,
little
no.
ride along with him. Oof.
Count in your head, folks. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh, I racing saying I've had enough.
Yeah.
and put him
And
on
what
his
you're
lid.
seeing, and what you're seeing in the in-car camera, that steering box freaking out a little bit. That must be because he must be using a direct drive wheel, and you know, with those wheels being really, really good, whenever you get in an accident like that, you really want to take your hands off the wheel, and I think that's what we saw there.
Yeah, I too have a direct drive wheel, and it'll try to break your thumbs if you're not careful.
Oh yes, absolutely. And hey, but the best part is it's amazing for racing. Makes it feel like you're actually racing a car, and you can feel a lot more compared to a belt-driven wheel.
Oh.
I got. What do you have? I have a Fanatec CSL DD.
I think I'm running the Bricmotech Mini Mite.
Okay.
Yeah,
Pretty good.
definitely a tough one, man. That thing tries to, like I said, it tries to break your thumbs. I think the only problem is I got too big of a steering wheel. I got a NASCAR 15-inch wheel, and it's just too much to turn. I think
Yeah, I got a
wheel might be better.
I got a 15-inch NASCAR wheel on a McLaren GT3 rim. That's what I like about my wheels, that you have a bunch of different interchangeable wheels, one for Formula and one for Touring for GT, and then you got one for like your oval and dirt. And with the new Logitech wheel, you don't have that. It's just one regular wheel.
Yeah, I envy you, sir. I envy you on the Indy wheels. I've been looking into them, but man, they get expensive quick.
Yeah.
Alrighty, but for some of these drivers out here getting bent up the way they are, it's definitely expensive for their race teams. Getting them back together right now, I believe Vitale is still down pit road. No, Vitale's out. Metzler is out. Dean is in pit road at this point. But man, here we go again, Marty. Back for another restart.
Isaac Salas holding to serve, picking up a 2-car length lead on speeds. Watch Templeton again in the bottom. That's where he's been going out there. That's the best guy that's been on the bottom all day. Gets a better exit compared to Steven Speeds. Looks for the runner-up spot. Can't pull the slider there on the 55 just yet. Tries to clear on exit. Wow, that was close, but Speeds edges out.
Brandon Templeton getting super loose going into 3 there. Had to correct again, but was able to still pull that line out. And away Brandon Templeton goes, but he's definitely trying to see a little nudge right there. Lets him know, and Nick Vickery pushes him. Look at that,
Man,
that early dive there, Marty.
I think Templeton had to back out of the gas. He nearly turned Speeds around, I think, after that slight contact. Vickery didn't see that one coming, and that leads to a battle for third. And how about the 56 of Randy Shreves that's trying to spoil this party for the bottom step of the podium? Just trying to hope that Vickery and Templeton collide and get together. You see Templeton trying to hang on that bottom of the racetrack. Vickery, tough center of the corner. Shreves still 5th, but Salas leads. 9 laps to go. And we got trouble real quick. Adam Flieger, and the caution flag is out.
Man, you're fast at seeing that. Adam Flieger, man. Yeah, it just said something that caution was out. Adam Flieger here in the 38. Let's see what happens to him.
Watch him watch the 71 of John Hine. You saw him go up on the outside line. And I think what happened was Hine carried a lot of momentum in turn 3 compared to the 38. Yep, look at that. Wheel-to-wheel contact, and that sends Flieger spinning up in the wall to the 71. But look at that yellow car there. Wow, just barely missed that. I think that's Flero, isn't it?
And the 38 is Flieger.
I think it was, and you know what? I think he got DQ'd because of that.
Oh, man. Dude.
I thought he just missed it.
I'll take another peek there at... I know John Hine's been getting a little bit of trouble here. Hopefully he's kind of able to straighten this up here.
I'm very surprised he's not at 12X yet.
Yeah, let's see Floro here. Yep, there he is. Let's see if we can take a peek from a little bit different angle here and take a shot. Out of the 200. Yep, and that may have taken him out of the race. Wow,
yep.
Just that little nudge right there. And some, for people that don't know out there, I mean, just a contact with the car-to-car will start at 4. I'm not sure here on the dirt tracks. I know sometimes a little nudge will be 2.
2X here.
Okay. Man, 7 cautions here tonight, Marty. This is starting to be kind of difficult for some of these drivers. I'm sure they're getting pretty tired, and they still got the pro late models coming up here at the same track. So, you know, you see a lot of things going on with that. It's going to be a pile up for these guys to give it another run. Pace car lights are out, and away we go. Let's give a little shout out here to Maurer Farm Management out of Clarence, Iowa. This is going to be I'm waiting for Nick Vickery to kind of open it up here. I'm waiting
for someone to try and slide job Isaac Salas here on the restart. But the thing is, he gets so good of a restart that nobody's able to close in on him. Like, I feel like, in my opinion, if Templeton's in second, that's the guy to challenge Salas for the win.
Yeah, but you like you were saying, it's that restart. Salas has got the restart, and him being able to jump out to almost a 3/4 second lead. You know, he's able to get away right here.
Absolutely, as we're back to green, 8 laps to go here at the Grove for the 358s. Here we go, Templeton underneath on speeds. 55 expected it. Templeton all the way down low, battle for second on, but Speeds better drive on the exit turn number 2. Holding on, but watch the dirt track bank 31. Knows how to do 3 and 4 well. He got the clear on the 55. Yes, but Speeds crosses it over with 7 to go.
All right, now going to hang Brandon Templeton up toward the top. Speeds is going to ride up into him. Look
oh,
out.
They touched! Oh, no!
Brandon Templeton on his lid for our 8th caution
And the 55
tonight.
is flipping, too. And we got Flieger as well also in it.
55 dog tracking. Speeds may be broken.
I got to tell you, Patrick, I saw that coming. I saw that slider coming, and I had a feeling some contact was going to break out. But I didn't think they'd both spin.
This is going to open up the door for Isaac Salas.
Not just him, but also Nick Vickery too. He moves up 2 spots because of that. Into second as we take a look at your replay here. You saw while we were with you, but watch once again. The slider. The sliders are at Williams Grove very risky. We've seen this in sprint car race in the past, and there is the reason why. And Vickery did catch a piece of that. You see the contact led the 00 on his roof, but look at the 55 in the background. You saw he had the issue with the car. It was crab walking. Got the wall there, and you look from the Ace Design blimp, it just led him to barrel roll. Oh, wow. That's unfortunate.
Oh, look at Hein. No.
Oh, no. But, man, I tell ya, Vickery just got himself a wishbone.
Yeah, big time. And that's kind of what I was saying is really Salas now just got, kind of a lifeguard out there is now he has a chance to get away because Templeton really looked like he had his number on that restart right there. Spees tried to hold him off, but now Vickery, man, is really, that's what I was saying is maybe Vickery and Shreves would be second to give Salas here another shot, but they got 5 laps to get it done, and they can't waste any time at this point, and I don't know how they're going to do it without, kind of knocking each other out of the race here.
If I am Nick Vickery here on this restart, I would not be surprised if he took a risk and sent it immediately. I mean, Vickery's a clean racer. He doesn't like to make contact, but I could see a slider coming from stickers here on this restart. All right. 6 to go. Salas, Vickery. Randy Shreves is now 3rd. Jeff Kemper 4th. Joseph Grandy 5th. Here we go for a 6-car shootout, Patrick.
Salas winning last week here in this division, and Vickery winning the UMPs earlier tonight. So these guys are both looking to continue their winning streak so far. But Vickery,
we got a trouble. Sharp and Morano have crashed, and Sharp is on his lid. Caution is out. And we'll restack him again.
Oh, man. All right, let's see if we can find these guys. Because I think some guys may have gotten DQ'd on that one. That one may have undone
I can confirm one has been DQ'd. That was the 33. Here's a look at your replay.
Look here on 28 at Sharp.
Yep, just bumped him. And right there, 33 is DQ'd for this race. And I can tell you because of that, we have lost half the field in this. I hate to add some more fuel to the fire, but I'm just saying.
All right, looks like Jeff Sharp. I at least see him down pit road, so he may have had to tow because he was on his lid. So that may he might be able to return, but he's definitely gonna be some laps down here.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody's going to be wanting to race late models after this. I think the only guys they're probably going to see is one Kurt Schatzer. And then the guys that are in the race for the championship.
I think we've only got about 12 cars left on the track here.
Yeah, that's why he said half the field.
Yeah, this is a bummer. I mean, a lot of good drivers getting knocked out here. A lot of people with good chances. And it's just it's really undoing it. It's just these guys are just gotta calm down. But with 24 drivers out there, you run out of room very, very quick.
I bet you there's only one guy out there at 0x at the moment, and that's currently Isaac Salas. And if it is, this would be a big increase through the championship lead early, as Salas really wants to take the 358 championship this year.
Yeah, I believe it. If he does secure tonight, I've said it again, and I'll keep saying it. Really, he's out there looking for that win, and really not just getting one win. If you can get 2 or 3 in a row, that's really going to get you that good wind up for the rest of the season in case you do have a bad one. But pace car is off. This is good. Hopefully this will be the last one. We got 5 to go coming at the line, Marty. This is going to be I think it's going to be a good shootout. I think this is hopefully going to end and then come to an end as Salas takes off.
Nice restart for the 5, and there you see Vickery send it on the bottom, just as I expected. Not really a lot of ascent that I expected, but can't get the low side to work. Randy Shreves Now taking a peek underneath for second. Keeps it back upstairs. 4 laps to go for John Hine. Excuse me, for Isaac Salas, meanwhile, excuse me.
No fear. Isaac Salas still trying to push his will and force what he wants around this track as he's owned Williams Grove here tonight. So far, led every lap so far, but he's got to lead 4 more to get this one secured and in the bag. Salas, Vickery, Shreves, top 3 really on the battle. Kemper 4th and Grandy rounding out our top 5.
3 laps to go. Gap 0.3 of a second. Vickery staying right there on that high side, trying to figure out when he's going to make his move. Stays up on the outside. A car length separates him from the leader, Isaac Salas. Slide job against Stickers. 2 sticks up, 2 left.
All right, and we're kind of taking a little ride along here with Nick Vickery, seeing if he can get in there. Gets a good entry, but just isn't seeming to get quite enough pull out of the turn there. Nick Vickery going to have to try a couple more times. He's only got about 4 turns left to get it done. Podium position tonight would be good, but a win sounds even better.
White flag is out. 1 lap to go for Isaac Salas. Can he hold off Nick Vickery for this win? They battled for the championship a lot last season. And now it seems like they could do it once again. Down the back straight for the final time. Vickery tried to peak low. You see Salas go defensive, but it's still a little bit too defensive through 3 and 4. He is not. Isaac Salas in the SuperDIRTcar Series 05 takes the win. Vickery tried the inside. Not good enough there. Salas goes to victory lane.
Wow. Wow, what a run.
I thought Vickery had something.
Yeah, they were definitely giving a good run there toward the end. They definitely had it, but just not enough.
I don't blame Isaac for doing some donuts after the race we've seen. He said, okay, now I can spin the car.
Yeah, fantastic job by all these guys here tonight. Salas, Vickery, and Shreves coming out in the top 3. Kemper 4th. Dean Reynolds in the 5th. Joseph Grandy 6th. Ripka 7th. Malachi Smith in the 8th position. Jeff Barker survives, makes it to the 9th, and up 9 positions was Anthony Morano rounding out our top 10. And we're going to go ahead and see if we can reel in our 3rd place finisher here of Randy Shreves. Have a little chat with him and see really, how he was able to get his way up front and make it happen here.
Absolutely. Let's get Randy on in here. I'll bring him in for you right now. All right, Patrick, you got him.
All right, Randy Shreves. You got a copy on me here, bud?
Yeah, gotcha.
Dude, what a race that was. Really, when you saw Templeton kind of smoke himself out there, did you think you kind of had his number, or were you have to put some more work on him?
Yeah, I knew I definitely caught a lucky break there. I was probably really only a top 5 car all night, and then that happened, and I just had to keep it up there in 3rd behind Nick and Isaac there, because I definitely wasn't getting around them guys. They were fast.
All right, podium finish for you tonight here in 3rd place. Still a fantastic job. Is anything here at Williams Grove catching you off guard at all?
No, not really. It's just a really big track, very throttle sensitive. It's definitely a driver's track, but it's also a fun one too. So.
Okay, I wasn't sure. I know some people say when that track starts breaking down, you got to find a little slicker line or ride it a little higher, but you kind of stayed true to the top most of this race right there, and you did find success here in the 3rd place finish. Fantastic job. Pro late models are next. I'm assuming I'll see you there?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I'll be there.
All right, bud. Well, let's go ahead and get you transferred to that car. Give me your shout-outs and all the people out here watching you, and let's get you out there.
I definitely want to thank my team, LGR Motorsports, Redline Race Design, One Wish Foundation, Wraps and Stitches, KSB Builders, Finish Line Repair, CD Simtography, Coast2Coast for putting on this awesome league, and you guys at SimTracks for broadcasting.
All right, appreciate it there, bud. I got Marty even up here in the booth with me. He's super excited about making sure he can join you guys here tonight. Go ahead and get in that pro late model, bud, and we'll be back up with you here in just a little while.
Thanks, we'll see ya.
All right, Randy Shreves, there he is. As we're going to go ahead and rotate to Nick Vickery. I talked to him in Victory Lane in the last one, but Marty, I think you're catching up with him now.
Yeah, Stickers, a nice run for you tonight. I guess I'll ask you about that final lap, man. Did you expect Salas to go down to the inside and So you could try and get a lot of momentum on the outside to try and get the win in the photo finish.
Well, I had thought about maybe trying to go down low, but then I realized he was probably going to go down there low to try to block the slider line. And, when we got into about mid corner, I was like, man, he doesn't have a whole lot of momentum yet. Maybe I can make something happen. But he hit it just right and didn't get on the gas too quick. So, yeah, he was able to pull it off. And, he was fast all night. And then, the same for Spees and for, Templeton. I hated to see those guys get together like that. But, I was able to bring home second and couldn't really ask for much more.
Absolutely. Was that plan in those final laps as well to just try and time the move or just try and pressure Isaac into making a mistake?
Yeah, it was a little difficult here in the 358s because the track's so big, and the line that I ran in the UMP race worked really well because I had all that power to drive off the bottom. But in these cars, you couldn't really do that. You really had to. The fast line, in my opinion, was around the top, and if you tried to sway from that at all, you were going to lose a lot of car lengths. So yeah, I was just trying to stay attached to his bumper, get a good restart, and hopefully he can make a mistake and maybe grab that wall. He grabbed the wall one time in 3 and 4. I thought maybe I had him, but it let him go, and he was able to bring home the win.
What do you want to give shout outs to on the run?
Definitely got to shout out Spartan Racing again. Got to shout out Lance. He was in that 358 race. He went 20th to 7th, so definitely a good run for him. After that would be VMR Wraps. If anybody there needs a wrap, come check us out on Facebook at VMR E-Wraps. Got to thank Andy over at Cool Ray. Andy Piercefield does a lot for a lot of leagues, so definitely got to shout him out. Same as last race, I got to thank Roger and Preston for putting all this together, and then you guys are putting on a great show.
Kind of busy as well at VMR Wraps with all the paint schemes I've been seeing.
Yeah. Lance is one of the other partners in it, and he's just really getting back into it and picking up some work as well. So I imagine you see quite a bit of work coming out of VMR here come soon.
Awesome. All right, man. Great job tonight.
All right, thank y'all.
We'll see stickers later on here tonight. But now it's time to go to Cool Ray Victory Lane and talk with your race winner. Isaac Salas does it once again. And Patrick, you got him.
Oh, man, Isaac Salas, I talked to you last week here on the Thursday Night Thunder as a winner, and here you are again another week in a row as a win. Did you feel as confident tonight as you did last week?
Honestly, no, not at all, to be honest with you. For about the last half of that race, I had to go to the bathroom so bad. I was shaking the leg under caution. It was horrible. I was like, I even mentioned it on our, we had open mics tonight, and I was like, guys, we got to finish this up. I'm struggling. We got to go.
Yeah, that race was definitely over 30 minutes just to get over 30 laps done. You guys were pretty fast out there, for a 21-second lap. And, man, it took over a minute normally. So a lot of cautions here tonight. Really, was that your saving grace? Or did you think you had most of those guys behind you held off?
I was super comfortable with being out front all the way until it was a 1v1 versus Nick and I. And I love Nick to death. Him and I have awesome battles, I feel like, every time we get to race around each other. But he seems to be the one guy that can kind of give me a pretty good run for my money week in and week out.
Yeah, I thought Richardson might have had you as well, but he got caught up with Steven Speeds there, and then Vickery, man, he just had that thing on a rail. I think a couple more laps, so y'all may have connected, but either way, you go ahead and come out victorious here tonight. Man, we got to get you into a pro late model. I think you tried it last week. I mean, you gonna give it another shot this week?
I'm gonna try. No guarantees on being good, but I'm gonna try it.
Yeah, you were talking about kind of spreading your wings out there and giving it a shot. You did place third, so I mean, you seem to have it under control. But man, see if you can go ahead and get another podium spot in the pro late models. But first, go ahead and soak up your win here. Talk to me about your shout-outs, and let's get you to the next round.
Yeah, definitely have to shout out everybody over at Venom Racing. We're getting real close to Super Dirt Week, so it's we're all getting really excited. So thank you to all of them, for everything they do. Thanks Coast to Coast. Everything. There's a lot, like I say every week, there's a lot of stuff that gets done in the background that nobody gets to see, to try to put on one hell of a show week in and week out. So thanks to Coast to Coast, Magnum Race Designs for this beautiful car, Dean SuperDIRTcar series. All the fans. I know that I do have a couple fans that like to watch, especially especially my Gramps of all people. My Gramps thinks this is freaking sweet, so shout out to him. And then thanks to you guys for the broadcast. I'm really excited to go back and watch it. I'm not excited to watch the UMP race, I guess, but I'm excited to watch this one with you and Marty. I can just about imagine Marty's laugh at some of these wrecks if he has any.
Unfortunately, no. Unfortunately,
You're
no.
kidding. Well, it's because there's no sprint car flips, obviously. That's what it is.
That's probably what it is.
Absolutely.
I should have laughed so hard though at I think who was it, Flieger? I think it was that whoever that one car was that barrel rolled like 6 times.
There's a part of me that's really happy that I didn't have to deal with that.
Be glad you got 0 X tonight, man.
Yeah, I don't know how I got
no
it.
penalty points.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, just thanks to everybody that came out and raced tonight, and everyone that comes and watches. It does make it a lot of fun.
All right, Isaac Salas, fantastic job tonight, bud, and hopefully we'll catch up with you in the next round.
Awesome, thank you, fellas.
All righty, that is Isaac Salas there. I want to make sure we go ahead and give a good shout out there for the Super Dirt Car Series, the Northeast Premier Series showcasing the Big Block Modifieds premier drivers from Florida to Canada. The Super Dirt Car Series visits some of the most exciting dirt tracks in front of the biggest crowds. The ground-pounding, earth-shattering, window-rattling beasts of the Northeast. It's the Super Dirt Car Series in the 358 division. We are moving to the pro models.
Real quick, just want to say real quick for the Super Dirt Car Series, Saturday night, Albany Saratoga Speedway, massive Malta weekend is actually Friday and Saturday, September 23rd and the 24th. 10,500 to win, guaranteed spot in Super Dirt Week.
Wow, big money, big money.
Saturday's the Super Dirt Car race, FYI.
All righty, well, go ahead and if you guys out there are looking to race and get in some of that, man, go ahead and get signed up and tune in there. But we're going to go ahead and slide over the Pro Late Model Series and get locked and loaded for that one, and we'll be right back.
This October, some of iRacing's best dirt racers come together for one of the biggest paydays ever. All dirt roads lead to Charlotte and the Dirt Track Bank World Finals, presented by the Dirt Alliance. Fixed 360s, Pro Late models, and small block modifieds collide for 7 action-packed nights in a pursuit of a guaranteed purse of $1,500. 3 champions and an overall world champion will be crowned. Register now for this great event. Go to c2crl.com for more information. The World Finals run from October 21st to the 27th. 100% of registration goes to Mission 22 in their fight to end veteran suicide. A joint effort between the Coast2Coast Racing League, Friday Night Lights, and Dirt Track Bank, a division of Malvern Bank. Don't miss it.
leader in our industry.
The lifetime parts and labor warranty is pretty awesome. Basically, all the parts are covered, the labor and everything.
When we say lifetime, we mean lifetime, and it's supported with money-back guarantees. And with that, you're getting all qualified technicians that are going to ensure that this job is done perfectly and operates perfectly throughout the life of the unit.
Learn more about our Coolray lifetime parts and labor warranty at Coolray.com. Coolray and Carrier. Turn to the experts.
The 50th Napa Super Dirt Week, October 3rd through the 9th. Racing, music, camping, and more. It's the 50th running of racing's biggest party, October 3rd through the 9th at Oswego Speedway. Don't miss the superstars of dirt car racing go wheel to wheel. Then stay for the live music and entertainment. Get your tickets now at SuperDIRTweek.com or call 844-DIRT-TICKS. Be there.
Alrighty, welcome back everybody, and we are back to the pro late models here. These guys are just starting to get separated and getting a good feel for the track. A lot more power under the cars, a lot more weight to throw into the turns. As we're taking a little look here at Jeffrey Kemper, trying to get around the track, get a good feel for it. You know, Robert Lynch out there, we did see him kind of clip the wall there a little bit, and I believe they're going to go ahead and get qualifying underway alongside me. Marty, you are joining me again, man. I appreciate you joining me here tonight here for the Chip Bangers Racing Pro Late Model Series.
Absolutely. These late models are always fun to watch here as we get set to go for ABR Setup Shop qualifying. Brandon Templeton first out on the track.
All right, and we'll kind of see how Templeton does out there. Let's see if we can find him in that 31 machine. See how much time he can put down. As always, I'm going to go ahead and pull up a little bit of that race info here tonight, see if anything has changed. A little track temperature change. About 5 degrees colder from what we saw last time, so 64 degrees on the track. Humidity still 58%, and the air temperature at 72. I don't think the 6-mile-an-hour wind is going to matter much at all, but really up here for that Pennsylvania weather, it's going to be a little tricky for them. We've saw the UMPs tonight. You've seen the 358s, but now the pro late models. This is definitely going to be a tumble up for some of those drivers looking to kind of redeem themselves after a bunch of incident points in the last 358 run.
Templeton signed the bar at a 20.084. Second quick is Joseph Grandy at a 21.01. See if anyone can improve. Oh, Dickens, quick time, 20.043. Templeton steals it back, though, at a 20.036. Watch Dickens, though, closely. See if he can improve. Lap number 2 time. Slower.
Yep.
He went 20.2 on lap number 2 for those wondering. We've got Nick Vickery coming across the line to complete lap 1.
Vickery. There you are.
Third quick for Nick, 20.046. They'll be done with that there. Let's go to Zach Chapman in the 72, who is working on his first lap at the moment. Lap 1 time for Zach Chapman. It goes 14th quick at a 25.67. what they can do.
Yeah, I was gonna say, interesting to see the line. No one's really kind of hugging that bottom close to the tires down there. Everybody kind of staying real conservative up at that halfway, 3/4 mark.
Chapman faster on lap 2, 6/13 quick though at a 20:33. And so that should do it though for ABR Setup Shop qualifying. Brandon Templeton will get the fast time award at a 20.03, 20.036.
Yep, and it looks like we are just kind of rounding up our qualifying session here. Everybody kind of going ahead and getting crunched down. Really getting loosened up. I'm sure this is going to be interesting for the Chip Bangers Racing here. This is going to be a blast. I can't wait to see what we got coming up here in the following heats. I mean, you've been here a lot more than I have, Marty, and really tell me what am I looking forward to in this run?
High side once again should be the place to go. But I think with the drivers we have in this heat race, oh wow, this is going to be a stacked heat race here for sure with all these guys. Steven Spies, Nick Vickery, Brandon Templeton, John Hine, Kurt Schatzer. You want the best, you got them all in this heat.
Yes, you do, and right there in the front. I mean, that is something right there. I mean, the battle we just saw in the 358s really is your top 4. You know, Silas, Spies, Vickery, and Templeton. These all the guys that you see getting going here. So, first heat brought to you by Langton Mechanical. As always, man, these guys really back up their heating and air conditioning company that is from the Hamilton area. They guarantee customer satisfaction from start to finish, including sales, installation, maintenance service of your heating and cooling system. Every equipment sale, installation, and maintenance service call you make is backed 100% by Langton. All right, about to get underway here. Little kind of racing, picking up that right front of looks like Spies there. What in the world is going on there? But it looks like they're going to go ahead and get him calmed down, get to the green flag, and try to get a good 8-lap shootout here and figure out where we're going to get going. Marty, are you ready?
Absolutely. Let's watch as Spies and Salas bring the field to the green. 8 laps. Winner starts on pole position. We're underway.
All right. Really, it's got a couple of guys that would like to get it turned around a little bit. John Hine would like to get a good shot into this one, you know, since he is outside the cutoff spot. But Spies going ahead and taking the lead right now. But, man, he has Isaac Salas there on the outside. So these two are going to switch it up back and forth as they come around turn 3 and 4. Going to get ahead. First lap down. All right, so here we go. Isaac Salas still holding that outside line. But can the 31 of Brandon Templeton keep his right front fender out of the door of Steven Spies there?
We'll have to see what happens. They're side by side at the speed of 100. Oh, watch out, Templeton. Lost the yaw, stacks up the inside. Here we go. Vickery somehow the only car that spins. John Hine got some damage. Final car in a transfer spot is Templeton, but there is damage on the left side door panel. We'll see if it affects the aerodynamics. Kemper, the first one out.
Alrighty, man, that really is a bummer there for Kemper. Hopefully he's able to kind of keep it going there for him in the 5th position. He's able to fight his way up, but he's got a stacked field in front of him with Schatzer and Templeton in front of him. Schatzer doing a fantastic job. We've seen the past couple weeks how well he's been doing. Hopefully he is able to continue that. He was not able to get a top 10 last round, so now's his time. Aiden Young kind of not here tonight either. So really right now Isaac Salas and Steven Spies up here in the front. We're gonna have to see if the battle for the lead with 4 left to go. 3 at the line if Spies has got anything for Salas.
Been very impressive with how Salas has been running in this late model tonight. Steven Spies, who is normally a late model guy. Isaac Salas, who is more of a modified guy. Not a big late model guy, but somehow keeping his nose out in front of that 55. Can he get pole position or start on the inside of row number 2? He has got 3 more laps, coming to 2 this time to show it. But Spies gets a run to the inside. Your races for the lead. The drag race has Salas edging out the stripe.
Alrighty, I'm diving in at turn 1 and 2. We'll have to see if the 5 and the 55 can get it done. But look how Spies here from that ace drone footage we're looking at right here. If that 55 is able just to nudge him out, trying to hold that inside line. But man, cutting it so close as we pull out the white flag, away they go. And now's the time for Spies to get on it. Salas watching him from behind, cuts right in front of him, makes a good block as they come down the last 2 turns.
Here goes Speeds through 3 and 4. Salas plays some defense. Speeds follows the same line. Speeds tries to get to the inside. Does he pull up underneath? He does not. Salas on pole tonight. Speeds second. Templeton third. Schetzer fourth. Everyone in that inside row, and they will all come in with 1 heat left.
Alrighty, that's going to bring Chapman, Hine, and Vickery there toward the end. Vickery definitely didn't want to have that happen there to him at the end of that race. Vickery placing second last week, and hopefully he's able to turn this around. He's going to be kind of on the back foot going into the feature. But right now, we're already getting into Heat 2.
Absolutely. Your second heat race of the evening brought to you by Magnum Race Design, the official sponsor of the 358 Modifieds. With those iRacing wraps they offer, I actually have some on my late models and big block Modifieds. I love them. They do an incredible job as always. So, here's your lineup for heat race number 2 as the field rolls on off. It is Aiden Young and Lance Ripka on row number 1. Row 2 is Joseph Grandy and Brian Dickens. Row 3, Jeff Barker and Brian Dickens. And, row 2 is Joseph Grandy and Dickens. Row 3, Jeff Barker and Randy Shreves, And in row number 4, Jeff Sharp and Robert Lynch Jr.
All right, now I've seen Robert Lynch. He was racing the NASCAR series, and he'll be running the Graceland Shootout series on Saturdays. Out here going to go ahead and give it a good shot in the dirt, but he's got a heck of a stacked field in front of him to go ahead and get this one chopped off there. Aiden Young in the 69. I definitely expect to see him pull away with this one.
Underway here with heat race number 2. Young trying to clear on Lance Ripka early, and he does. Meanwhile, 3 wide for third position. Jeff Barker all the way on the bottom. Doesn't work. Tucks it back. Grandy and Dickens side by side as they work their way into turn number 3. Grandy slides up in front of Dickens, and somehow the 518 doesn't go sideways as Young leads lap 1.
Yeah, Brian Dickens gave a heck of a shot there to the back of Joseph Grandy. Didn't appreciate that slide job up in front of him. Cut him off and really started to put the nose of it under the back end of that car. Picked it up like a shovel, and away they go. So 122 of Brian Dickens is going to give it another shot there toward the inside as they're going 3 wide, as it looks like the 25 of Lance Ripka is getting kind of turned around up on that top shelf.
He went way upstairs and lost all of his momentum because he was all up in the chocolate chips, and now is fighting for that 4th position. Oh, look out, Barker goes around. Got hooked off of Randy Shreves. And that will put him in last position for tonight as of right now. Lance Ripka with the final transfer spot by a second on Jeff Sharp. But the best battle for second, Dickens and Grandy.
Yeah, Dickens and Grandy still trying to duke it out here. They got a little ways to go. Let's go ahead and get that tower up with 5 left to go here in the heat. We're going to see if they can get around here, but it looks like everything's starting to calm down a little bit here, Marty. I'm not quite sure if anybody's looking to kind of risk any more damage to the car going into it from here to the warm-up. But, man, it looks like everything's starting to smooth out. Aiden Young won last week, is already in first place and pulling away almost by a second here. Dickens second, Grandy third.
3 laps to go at the line, and your best battle is for second as Young has a 7/10 of a second race lead. Gap is a car length between Dickens and Grandy. Dickens, who started from 4th due to the invert, was second quickest in time trials. Grandy gives him a bumper in 3 and 4, set it in a little bit too deep, but Grandy gives him the room. 2 to go.
And Grandy, top 5 finisher last week, and Brian Dickens 8th place. So these guys have met each other, and they've raced around each other plenty of times. But this one's starting to feel a little bit different this week here at Williams Grove. These 2 guys definitely want to put a podium position finish this time around, but white flag is out. Right now, Aiden Young leading, having a fantastic pull away here at Heat 2. Brian Dickens in second, Joseph Grandy in third. Lance Ripka kind of watching everything from the outside here as Jeff Sharp tries to run him down, but is just too far away.
Coming through 3 and 4 here. Grandy trying the inside. Nothing there. Aiden Young wins Heat 2. Brian Dickens second. Joseph Grandy third. Lance Ripka finishes 4th. Jeff Sharp comes across the line 5th. Randy Shreve 6th. We'll get Robert Lynch Jr. 7th and Jeff Barker 8th.
Man, this is really starting to be a stacked field out here tonight. We'll have to see how all this kind of unfolds as we get ready to go underway. We're now toward the warm-up, so another 3 minutes for these guys to go ahead, kind of feel out the track, kind of squared away just a little bit differently, and that'd be a good time to go ahead and mention that Flatline Racing Bodies, the quality racing bodies produced by former NASCAR Regional Short Track Champion Dan Chapman in the iRacing hotbed of Clarence, Iowa.
Drivers are all coming on out here, just trying to get a feel for this track. I think we're going to see a lot of similar to our modified feature, with the exception of the wrecks. Everyone's going to be working the high side, but I think the drivers are going to be a lot more respectful to each other out there.
Yeah, we'll have to definitely see on that. If anybody can, and that's the thing is, you don't want to see anything undo how we saw at the 358s. I'm assuming these guys are going to slow it down a little bit. Aiden Young can't be any happier than what he is now, being able to get a front row start. But he'll have Isaac Salas to really contend with. And I'm definitely expecting to see a massive run and good racing out of those two vehicles here tonight.
Absolutely. Vickery currently the quickest at a 20.18. But I think the big question we have here is Isaac Salas. He starts on pole position here. Excuse me. But can a guy that's normally a modified driver than a late model driver, can he try and survive for all 30 laps up at the front of the field?
Yeah, I knew talking to him last week, he said he wanted to broaden his range. He said, I've kind of got these modifieds down. I feel very comfortable in them, and I need to broaden my scope. I can't just win, the 358s. I can't just, go out and battle with the little cars. He wants to start taking on the bigger and better things and really get his eyeballs on him, and he did just that, placing third last week. So really he showed how to get it done there, but now he's got, he's still got Aiden Young to deal with. He's still got Nick Vickery there as well. So a lot of fast cars, but Nick Vickery with that heat spin out, that's going to really put him in the hole.
Definitely agree there. Could be contending for a mug. Wow, close racing in 1 and 2. I think somebody caught the wall and somehow nobody wrecked.
Yeah, man, that's one thing you don't want to do here in the warm-up is start folding your car up. I think you use most of this warm-up here to kind of flatten out the track. If you want to run that high line, start running a little higher. Try to flatten out those humps and see if you can get a good run coming into the race as the track is starting to wear down a little bit. Take a look at John Hine there. I think he wants to take it back to pit. He's had enough.
Absolutely. Just get locked and loaded for tonight.
Yeah, 15 seconds left to go in this warm-up here. These guys, gotta get their head right. I mean, it's one of those things. You get in these pro late models, this is just it's a totally different beast. What do I do? How do I make things go my way? And it's just, and so little time, Marty. You only have 30 laps to get it done.
Absolutely, and we'll see what happens here. Got 2/3 of what we had in the modifieds, and so with this feature, it's going to be very interesting to see if the front stay up front, or if anyone from the rear, like Vickery, or a guy like John Hine, who's also a late model guy, can make their way towards the front. So we're set to go for the 30-lap feature. Patrick, let's get the starting lineup brought to you by the SuperDIRTcar Series.
Oh, man, but you do so much better at it. Isaac Salas starting out on the pole with Aiden Young next to him. Steven Spees in third. Brian Dickens fourth. Brandon Templeton fifth with Joseph Grandy in sixth. So, super fast guys in the top five with Kurt Schatzer starting in the seventh. Lance Ripka eighth. Jeffrey Kemper ninth. Jeff Sharp in the 10th position. So we're kind of taking a peek how these guys are starting to unfold, with Zach Chapman starting in 11th, Randy Shreves in the 12th position. Let's rotate back a little farther with John Hine 13th, Robert Lynch in the 14th position, Nick Vickery. Man, like I said, after that spin out there during that heat has put him in the 15th position, and Jeff Barker back there for 16th. These guys are going to have to really have a heck of a hill to climb to figure out how to get this one done. And man, I tell you what, this is going to be a shootout toward the end. I hope no cautions like we saw in the 358s or the 410s this week. I think these guys need to settle down, keep the tires on the dirt and really get this slid around and shoot for the win.
Yeah, the late model drivers are normally running a lot cleaner than you see in the other series, so we'll see what happens as the Steve King Foundation pace car is in. Where else would you rather be than right here Right now, you got Sly Job and Aiden Young on the front row. It is showtime at Williams Grove Speedway.
Isaac Salas super happy about being on that inside line, but Aiden Young trying to hold that outside line to see if he can get enough speed to slide around him as he's coming down the backstretch. Right now, Isaac Salas starting to see a whole door full of Aiden Young right there, as it looks like we're about to go about a 3-wide situation here with Steven Spees on the inside.
Spees took a peek underneath, tucked it back in line. Oh, Salas way wide. What a save for now. The high side checks up. And he falls all the way back to 9. That's a tough break for Sly Job. But that moves Spees up into second. Brian Dickens third. Brandon Templeton working the bottom. Oh, man, just found a gap in front of Grandy.
Yeah, Templeton, very dangerous move there, cutting in front of Grandy like that, man. He's going to get turned around if he's not careful. But we've seen this before. Brandon Templeton here, really able to put that car where he wants it, hugging that inside line. Now contending with Brian Dickens there in the 122 and Spees in the 55.
That's your best battle on track for third. Templeton, the quickest guy on track last time by, 20.29. Looks like everyone may want to take notes on that, because the baby bottom is the place to be with the late models. Now trying to challenge Steven Spees for the second spot. Can't get the bite on exit and gets the gap just in front of Brian Dickens.
All right, we're going to rotate here to the Ace Race Designs right here. Footage right here. And I want to kind of show you what Brandon Templeton's doing here. Diving super close to the inside. Of course, as I say that, he takes the high line, trying to see if he can put the move on Spees in the 55. Doesn't quite get it done. But
oh, we got a big wreck. We got Barker around, Jeff Sharp sideways. And our first caution of the evening is out for our late models.
Woo! All right. Yeah, I was just getting ready to show everybody how, Brandon Templeton almost clips that inside wall, but he seems to have that turned down and under his wing. He's figured that one out. Let's go ahead and get back here to Jeff Barker and figure out what happened to his car.
So Sharp is just a couple of car lengths behind. Let's see here.
Oh!
What on earth? Jeff Sharp, oh my goodness, it's like he had no brakes at all.
Wow.
Yeah, I am baffled on that.
Yeah, let's see if we can find the 28 here. What?
I'm going to listen on board here with Jeff. You know what? So he stayed in the... How does the car stay in the gas? It's like he completely forgot to brake or something.
Yeah, let's take a ride along here. Oof. Yeah, just not enough. He was turning.
Because I don't think they made contact earlier. We're actually about to come back to the green flag.
All right, well, let's go ahead and hurry up and get back there. We don't want to miss any of this. Getting ready to get underway. It looks like Spees and Aiden Young here. Here we go. Oh, come on, you.
Oh, stack up midfield, 3 wide. Ripka stuck in the middle. They save it for right now, but battle for the lead. Here comes Templeton underneath on Spees, who's trying to look underneath Young. Doesn't work. Battle for second taking place.
And here we go. Yeah, you see right there, look how Templeton really yanks into that turn, gets a good angle on the exit. Boy, as he snugs up against Spees right there, dives into turn 3 here, and now is going to try to see if he can put some work on Aiden Young in the 69.
Battle is on for the top spot on the racetrack. Templeton tries to get a bite, not just yet. Young clears Templeton for the race lead. Now Young understands he's got the memo and now shuts the door on Brandon off of 2. Now what does this do for Steven Spees? Does the high side still work out for him? Young tries the middle. Big set for Templeton. He throws the elbow at Aiden Young, but Young still leads. 8 laps complete.
Aiden Young trying his best to hold on the outside. Spees just kind of watching it happen in front of him. Let the two kind of duke it out in between there, and then he's going to try to make a shot. But Brandon Richardson, watch out, or Brandon Templeton, excuse me, in the 31, trying to see if he can go ahead and continue to battle for the lead. But now Spees is taking a poke in on the outside, seeing if he can contend for the lead as well.
Young decides not to take the basement in 1 and 2. Opens up the bottom for Brandon Templeton, who takes it back behind Aiden Young, but then sends it into 3 and 4. He's got the room. Shuts the door on Aiden Young. Does Young go? Oh, he turns Templeton. Templeton sideways up for there he goes. And same with Brian Dickens. Side over side, end over end goes the 31. Wow.
Oh, man.
That's the second time he has had a situation like that tonight where there's just some slight contact.
Yeah, that was definitely ugly on that shot. Holy cow. Got a good move right there in front of Aiden Young. We're looking right here. Let's see if I can get a little higher. Probably at Ace Designs move shot angle right here.
Ooh, I think the front. Nah, that's some netcode.
Yeah.
That looked like netcode to me.
Oh, yeah.
Let's keep this going here and see who it was that launched Brandon up into the air.
Yeah, no touchies, but it turned him around, unfortunately. Looked like
You saw-
Spees. Look at that. Just
Spees
barely nicks him.
It was Brian Dickens that launched him up, and that white car as well. I think Schatz. Who was that underneath Brian Dickens? Oh my goodness. I gotta check that here. Oh my goodness, Isaac just went underneath Brian Dickens. What on earth?
Isaac Salas getting a lot of work here tonight. Let's take a quick little ride along here with him and see what he saw from
Wait
his
until you
angle.
see that.
All right, here we go.
He just launched him into outer space.
Awesome, awesome, awesome.
Man.
Yeah, Salas right now really thanking his lucky stars that it didn't total out his car on that one.
All he has is rear end damage from that and is scored in 4th position.
Yeah, no kidding. I was going to say, especially retaining into the top 5 here. Going ahead and staying there. Aiden Young still retains the lead up here in the front with Spees. Schatzer third. Salas fights all the way back after that early spin out, dialing him back to 9th, back into 4th, and Grandy holding firm in the 5th position.
Lights are off the Steve King Foundation pace car. We are going green this time by.
All right, double wide as we're getting around turn 2 here. Man, these guys are starting to feel the pressure now. 20 left to go here in the feature for the Thursday Night Thunder. Chip Bangers Racing is our race sponsor here tonight. Boy, this has really been a heck of a shootout for these guys. That was an awesome 10 laps. I can't wait to see how the final 20 end up.
Aiden Young and Steven Spees, row number 1. Kurt Schatzer, Isaac Salas, row 2. Joseph Grandy, Nick Vickery, row 3. Zach Chapman, John Hine, Lance Ripka, Jeff Kemper. That's the top 10. Young fires back to green. We got 19 laps left.
Wow, Aiden Young getting the super early lead there, going ahead and getting out front so that way he can get down toward the bottom. But Spees now making contact. Looks like Kurt Schatzer in the 218s connecting with him.
Whoa!
Here we go.
Oh man, Kurt Schatzer not afraid to get dirty and dory. And Vickery up the track. Everyone's in the wall, and the big one breaks out. Parking lot, Ripka spins.
72 was hard into the wall after that one, and I don't know if he came back and that just started messing everything up and really pulling it all to pieces there.
There should have been a big wreck happening off of turn 2. I don't know what happened between Schatzer and Spees. If we look from the Ace Designs drone, first you had Schatzer and Spees. They got together twice, and then into Salas, and it's just an accordion effect there.
Yeah, we'll kind of take a peek here from the Ace Designs drone view. Let's take a peek here, see what in the world. I do have a kind of a look here, I believe, on the 25 machine. Trying to see maybe a little farther back.
It's like everybody wanted to spin out there in this situation.
72. Right there. Oh.
Yep. Chapman into Ripka.
Oh, man.
That's Templeton, I think, that just missed it. And that's going to help him out, I think, too. I mean, not going to pick up too many spots. He's in 12th still. But he did use his quick repair already. So he is still in this race, could have a chance. And we have seen drivers in the past here, Patrick, use a quick repair and win the race. A couple seasons ago when I-55 came out, Stephen Gollner got in a wreck early, used a quick repair, and came all the way back to win it.
Yeah.
That was in Renegades competition with the 360s.
But that's really good to have, is have that quick repair kind of out there in the loom. You know, I would much rather prefer using that quick repair much later. You know, let's say worst case scenario 8 to go, and I can still fix my car. When you're using that quick repair with only 5 laps in, it's absolutely heartbreaking. Doing it so early, you've kind of lost your last lifeline.
Absolutely. Now, I'm not sure here how this is going to be scored, if they counted the lap or not. If they did not count the lap, then it's going to go to single file restart. And I think the official call is single file, and it is.
Yep, single file. So that's going to put Aiden Young up in the front. You go ahead and get this one going. But look who's back in the second position of Isaac Salas. Look at that. Yeah, go ahead, put his head down, keep it going, and really battled it out here toward the, for another round. So Aiden Young is going to be super nervous seeing that 5 machine behind him again, and these guys may try to give it a run here again.
Absolutely. After that lap 2, turn 1 mistake for Salas, back in the race. So here we go, back to green, and Salas caught snoozing on the alarm clock. And it's a couple of car lengths back. Here's the battle for third. Speed's taking a peek underneath. Superman Kurt Schatzer doesn't have it. As they go into turn number 3, everyone's still single file. Speed's on a little bit of a send. John Hine looking underneath on stickers for 5th position. Doesn't work out. Vickery, meanwhile, up 10 spots from the drop of the green.
And really, what a lot of moving out here. A lot of moving pieces. Right now, I'm kind of keeping an eye on Kurt Schatzer here, trying to fire in for that second position. That 218 car right there really looking on the inside of the 5. But Isaac Salas not giving up that top lane as he's trying to run Aiden Young down. But Aiden Young already out to a half-second lead.
Dude, that last time lap, actually, identical lap times. Just about. 20:76 for Aiden, 20:77 for Isaac. Your best battle is on track for second spot. You saw Schatzer go with the lower entry. Not working out for him like it did Brandon Templeton. Meanwhile, John Hine takes a peek underneath on Nick Vickery for 5th. Doesn't work.
Yeah, John Hine looking to turn around some of his luck here. He's had a lot of trouble here, but he's trying to break in that top 5. Super difficult for him to kind of figure these out. You know, he's still running a good job. He placed 10th last week and still trying to. He is improving, but man, he's just got to figure out a different line.
Up 7 spots from the drop of the green flag, running in 6th position. A little bit of a neck code bumper to Nick Vickery there. Doesn't work, though. All single file down the back chute. You got Brandon Templeton, by the way, in 8th position up in the wall. Keeps it going, but meanwhile, Aiden Young, 3/4 of a second lead, but speeds to the wall, opens the door for Vickery. Stickers takes 4th.
Boy, and here we go, man. Speeds has got to figure out how to calm down just a little bit. You see him kind of running a little bit a higher line, trying to see if we can find a little more speed shooting down the back chute, but man, he's just unable to figure out anything on Nick Vickery right now, as Vickery has moved up 11 spots from where he started this race.
And a battle for second breaking out. Kurt Schatzer got up to the front bumper of Isaac Salas last lap, but wasn't able to complete the pass. All happening behind Aiden Young, 1.6 seconds ahead. You see Schatzer sideways in a 3, stacks it up. Nice save, no yaw from Salas in the wall. 3 wide for second. Vickery trying to go through with the spot.
Boy, Isaac Salas trying to figure out a better line to figure out where Nick Vickery's going to be. Nick Vickery dials it back, and now we're looking from our Ace Designs drone view here of what's going on. It looks like Salas drops down into the inside line, but Kurt Schatzer there on the outside.
Grandy.
Oh, no.
Grandy is spun, and we got another car sideways, too. Nope, that was Grandy, my mistake.
So Templeton and Brian Dickens. Let me see. I am incorrect. Let's see. Joseph Grandy. All right, let's take a peek at at his car and kind of see what undone.
Oh, you'll see this, guys.
Ooh, 518. Wow.
Yeah.
Ooh, and gets a second shot.
That's Dickens.
Yeah, Joseph Grandy, that may be it for him tonight. If he has not used that fast repair already, that might have done it for him. That was a massive shot. Dickens down pit as well. Wow.
Yeah, and Dickens had already used his quick repair in that accident with Brandon Templeton for the race lead.
Fourth caution here tonight. Only 10 left to go left in this one. And it kind of seems, Marty, what we're looking at here is every 10 laps we got a caution.
Yeah. It's been a great race, too. And Aiden Young looking to hold on. Last time I think he won in the Coast2Coast Racing League in a regular night. I want to say it was Monday Night Madness Lernerville Renegades, but I can't recall. I can't look at the stats at the moment because as someone that's a Yankees fan, Judge is at bat.
Oh, man. All right, Aiden Young looking at, I mean, he's still putting on a clinic here tonight in that 69 machine. Won last week.
By the way,
looks like he's going to win now.
By the way, Judge got walked for the second time tonight. These guys just don't want Judge to hit 62. Those
Absolutely.
damn Red Sox. Sorry, Isaac. I know you're a Red Sox fan.
Man. Alrighty. Pace car lights are off, so we're about to be back under green for the final division run here tonight in the Pro Late Model Series. Glad for you guys joining us here at Simtrack Broadcasting. Got Marty next to me here tonight. Normally it's John Hine, but Marty showing off his skills here in the booth as we got Aiden Young coming to the green flag.
Here we go, single file restart, and Schatzer caught sleeping on that restart. He was scored second in that 3-wide situation before the caution flag came out. As they're in the top 5, first guy down low is Spees, looking to break back into the top 5 on John Hine. Remember, he was involved with the accident with Templeton. And speaking of the 31, he's looking for 6th caution. Jeff Sharples tracking up again. And another car is involved. That is Robert Lynch.
Oh no. So man trying to see if he can get this turned around. It's now turned him around at this point. Let's see if we can drum up what happened to Robert Lynch in the 122. Let's go ahead and get a little farther out.
This was 2 separate wrecks here, I believe, Patrick.
All right.
Jeff Sharp in front of these guys. I think he just lost it by himself, if not clipped the inside wall. And as Barker was trying to miss it, he caught the wall, and Lynch was there with nowhere to go.
All right. We'll roll it back here on the 28 machine that we saw down there toward the bottom. Let's see kind of what undid it for him. I think he may have gotten into another vehicle here. Let's take another look. All right. Car on the inside, 28.
So I do want to correct myself on something. Aiden Young did win last week. I wasn't here on the call for that. I was in Bristol.
Man, what a garbage race that was. All right, Jeffrey Sharp kind of self-turns himself. I think he connected with the 72 of Zach Chapman there a little bit, which may have messed up his race line going in there. Hopefully Robert Lynch hasn't suffered too much damage. The front of his car is pretty bent up on that 121 there.
Absolutely. So Lynch could use a quick repair. I believe he still has one left.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he got in that one where Grandy got up in the air. We'll have to see if these guys can go ahead and get this one underway. Pace car lights are off for the Steve King Foundation. This is something here, Marty. This is something. A quick caution here, and now we're gonna hopefully get back underway and really shoot it out there toward the end. Stellar Stella out there in the chat. You were talking about the 358s. Might well have just let them run pace lap speed. It's almost looking a little bit like that now, as 5th caution is out with only 9 left to go. Hopefully these guys are able to kind of calm it down a little bit. But how do you calm down when you get Aiden Young getting these awesome restarts as he's getting back, ready to get right here?
Aiden Young holding serve, another great restart. Let's see what happens with Schatzer. Keeps it on the outside. First guy on the bottom is Steven Spees in the 6th position. Looking for 5th on John Hine, just like he did last time for the yellow flag flew. John gets the memo. The professor now wants 4th, but Spees all the way down to the basement. They nearly get together. Hine gets the advantage, holds on for 5th position. 7 laps to go.
Man, Brandon Templeton really shoved Spees, and Spees had to check up really, really bad not to turn John Hine around. Really, Brandon Templeton not happy about being so far back in the pack as he's charging his way up front, battling for that 6th position. Gets it, and now he's got John Hine in his sights if he can keep Spees behind him.
And for the lead, Schatzer edges out Young at the line. Young made a mistake off at 4. Schatzer with a slider from hell. Young capitalizes on a crossover. Shuts the door on Schatzer down the back straight. Into turn number 3. Schatzer up in the wall. Opens up the door for victory. And here comes Templeton and they rock. Dallas, no caution, we stay green. 5 to go.
No caution. What in the world? Salas is around, finally battles his way back and back into the 7th position, stacking up the back end of the field. Aiden Young definitely capitalized on Schatzer, taking too high into that turn, up into the marbles there, and now having to run it back down. So now he's going to have to battle with Vickery and Templeton that are real close to his rear bumper now. 4 to go.
4 laps to go, and Templeton is back in the race. Got 3rd position for Vickery. Looking for 2nd on Superman Kurt Schatzer. Caution is out, Chapman and Kemper in turn 2.
No.
Wow. This ain't over yet.
Absolutely not. Not even a little bit. All right, let's roll it back here. Let's take a look here at Chapman. Let's see what happens.
This is an interesting wreck here, Patrick, as a couple of cars got together. Watch Shreves here. He got some contact from Ripka, and then watch Kemper here in the 181. I don't think he saw that contact coming and just sent it into Zach Chapman. I don't think Kemper expected that. Wasn't intentional by any means, and Kemper pays the worst price for it as he is stuck on his side. I think he got it back on all 4 wheels, though.
Yeah, we're going to kind of take a peek at it from the top end here. Really, it's a nasty wreck, and I think it was just a massive check up into that turn, and the 181 never saw it coming. You take a little look here, and you watch the amount of speed these guys get, and then all of a sudden, it's like somebody hits the brakes. Boom. Hits the brakes, and 181 trying to go ahead and take his normal line, triangulating the turn, and just had nowhere to go.
Absolutely, but now we focus on the front. I think right now with this restart, if that caution came out on lap number 28 or so, that would have been the yellow for Aiden Young, because it normally takes a lap to get back up to speed, and we're coming back to the green flag this time by Aiden Young, Kurt Schatzer, or the field. Templeton back in 4th spot, not out of it yet. 3 laps to go, here we go.
All right, Aiden Young gets a good restart there. A little bit of wheel spin from Kurt Schatzer there, but he's able to recover, diving into 1 and 2. Looks like Brandon Templeton's still going to have to work on Vickery back for the 3rd position, but it looks like everybody's starting to calm down a little bit. Schatzer has got to go ahead and figure out how to get a little more concentration and run him down, but don't hold him back just yet, as the 18 car right there trying to see if he can run down Aiden Young, who's looking to really secure this win here tonight with 2 to go.
Vickery looking inside for that runner-up spot on Superman. Can't get it to work. That restart kind of got everyone scattered throughout the racetrack. Didn't accordion anyone up. Here's Vickery inside for 2nd. Caution is out on the track. Randy Streams, we're going to overtime. And just when Aiden Young had it in the bag, was going to see the white flag, Bernie gets the yellow flag out. Man, that's a tough break for Aiden. But he does get that restart, hopefully, and hopefully everything is scattered. Let's look at Randy Shreves here. Just lost it.
Too much.
Absolutely. I think Ripka comes in with an assist. See Zach Chapman just nipped Ripka there. Oh, we did get some damage in that. So did Lynch. So, if you're new to the Coast to Coast Racing League, let's explain how overtime works. We'll have 2 attempts at a green, white, checkered. What's going to happen here is if we do not take the white flag on this first attempt, we will do 1 more attempt. If we do get to the white flag, we go green to the finish. If it's attempt number 2, we'll end with a checkered flag or a yellow flag. We do as many as 2 laps.
Oh boy, yeah, and that's one thing. If Aiden Young can go ahead and nail these restarts, he should have this in the bag. But you know, if you're in Kurt Schatzer's shoes and you're behind the wheel, what do you do? How do you try to trip up that 69?
First off, you got to time the restart perfectly on Aiden Young. Right when Aiden goes, you got to figure out how Aiden goes. You don't want to check him up But you got to figure out where Aiden's been going throughout the night. And that's the first thing you got to think of, is that restart. Number 2, try the bottom out. Aiden's been so good on the outside, but there have been a couple of drivers that have been working that inside tonight, like Vickery, like Templeton. I think Schatzer could make it work and challenge Aiden Young for this victory. But it's going to take a lap for the drivers to get up to speed here. We know that.
Yeah, and really that was the only way Schatzer really ran down Aiden Young there, was on a mistake. But he's not going to have much time for a mistake. 18 really should wedge that 69 on this restart. Kind of pick him up right there, and there you go. There's the wheel spin as we get underway. 2 to go. Next time by is the white flag. Aiden Young is praying for that thing to come out as he goes ahead and gets a great jump there. Almost a half a second lead already and pulling away.
Battle for second is on. Vickery and Schatzer. There goes Stickers underneath on the 218. Meanwhile, Templeton in the 4th spot. Almost clipped the wall. Here they come. White flag, battle for second. 1 lap to go.
All right, Vickery trying to take a little peek there toward the inside. He's definitely knows he's got himself a podium position again, but John Hine definitely not giving up, seeing if he can give it one last shot here on the outside line. Is unable to get it done. Aiden Young going to go ahead and pull out the win here tonight. Schatzer second, and Vickery nails third.
Something happened to Brandon Templeton on that restart. Fell all the way back to 6th spot. I'm going to have to take a look and see what happened, but that's not the way Templeton wanted to end this night, especially after he had such a fast race car. And I'm looking, and I can confirm there was some contact coming to the white flag between Spees and Templeton. They were side by side for 5th. I think Templeton had a bad exit in turn number 4, or maybe even a bad restart in general. So for your top 3, head to the podium for a picture, and what a race there, Patrick. That was awesome.
Yeah, that was definitely a crazy one right there toward the end. Let's go ahead and get our race results up for the race here. All right, there we go. Aiden Young, Schatzer, Vickery, 1, 2, and 3. John Hine, 4th. Steven Spees nails the 5th position. Brandon Templeton, you said, had a little bit of trouble there in the 6th. Isaac Salas, back and forth, goes ahead and gets that 7th position. Lance Ripka, 8th. Jeff Barker, 9th. And Zach Chapman coming in 10th. Jeff Sharp finishing 11th. Randy Treves, 12th. Robert Lynch giving out dirt out a try, landing 13th. Joseph Grandy, 14th. Jeffrey Kemper and Brian Dickens for 15th and 16th place.
Top 3 are in here. Let's get things going here with Nick Vickery, and Patrick, you got him once again.
Man, Nick Vickery, dude, what in the world was going on out there tonight?
I don't know, man. I got in some trouble early in the heat race and had some work to do and tighten the straps and came as close as I could get to getting her done. So I finished first, second, third tonight in the 3 races. So not too bad.
Yeah, not bad at all, man, dude. You had that thing on a rail, really. Not as many cautions as we had in the 358, but you went ahead and secured it here tonight. Is there anything you could have done? I know you were getting banged around there pretty bad. Did you how much damage did you receive?
Quite a bit. I think the only thing I could have done was maybe not get in trouble in the heat race, but it was just a racing deal, and sometimes the nights go like that, and you just got to try to make the best of them.
Alrighty, 2nd place finish last week. Here you are with a 3rd place finish tonight. I know we're definitely going to be excited to see how you turn up next week, man. But it's going to be a challenge. Really, with a 3rd place finish, 2nd place. You're placing the podium all the time. You're kind of the man to beat out there.
Yeah, I learned a long time ago that championships are won by consistency, not necessarily wins. So, if I can average, a podium finish every race this year, I'll be pretty happy with it.
Alrighty, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, next Thursday you were looking at Lima Land. How you feeling about that one?
Oh boy, we thought this track here was bump and run and a lot of beating and banging. Those smaller tracks, man, it's especially here in the pros. The pros don't quite turn as well because they don't have quite as much power to get them rotated, getting in the corner. So it'll be real interesting to see how next week goes.
All right, man. Go ahead and give me your shout outs here, and let's get you on the road there, man.
Definitely got to shout out Spartan Racing. Number 1 after that would be VMR Wraps. If anybody there needs a wrap, come check us out on Facebook at VMRE Wraps. Got to thank Andy over at Cool Ray, and then I got to add a sponsor. He's been on my car all night, but Got Your Six Racing Network, definitely got to shout out Mr. Joe Halter. After that will be Roger and Preston for keeping everything together, and of course, as it's been all night, thank you guys for putting on a great show.
Yeah, not a problem. Appreciate you for putting on a great show there, Nick.
Thanks, guys.
All right, man. All right. There's Nick Vickery there. Go ahead and get the second place guy there, Marty. I know you've caught up to Kurt.
Absolutely. Kurt Schatzer finishes second. Kurt, I got to ask, that first off, that was one heck of a race for the race lead in those final few laps. Did that caution with around 4 to go or so really cost you the race, in your opinion? Kurt Schatzer, you got a copy?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yep, we got you, man.
All right.
I'll repeat the question here. You guys had a hell of a race for the race lead battling there. But did that caution with around maybe 4 laps to go or so, did that really affect the momentum that you needed to try and win the race?
Yeah, I believe so. Aiden ran a hell of a race all racing, but he caught the wall in 4 there and gave me a shot at him, and I think he was running defense after that for a little bit, but then the yellow came and settled everything back down, and he got a good run on me off that restart, and that was all she wrote.
Overall, that had to have been a lot of fun to be racing as a whole. Back and forth racing I know Aiden Young led a bunch of the race, but back and forth racing behind him for runner-up spots.
Yeah, Williams Grove is one of my favorite tracks. It's actually one of my hometown tracks, Williams Grove and Port Royal. So anytime I get to make any laps on iRacing on here, I enjoy it.
Absolutely, man. Who do you want to give shout-outs to on the run?
Everybody on the team, Hammer Down Racing, Brandon Templeton, Brian Dickens, Joe Halter, the sponsors, Dirt Track Bank, Got Your Six Racing Network, VMR Wraps, you, Marty, up there in the broadcast. You guys do an amazing job. Roger giving us a place to race, and all the sponsors that sponsored the league.
Absolutely. All right, man. We'll let you go. Great job tonight.
Thank you.
That's Kurt Schatzer, our second place finisher. Let's go to Cool Ray Victory Lane. Patrick's got a happy Aiden Young, who's gone back-to-back tonight.
Aiden Young, back-to-back wins, man, here at Williams Grove. Fantastic job tonight. Did you have any doubt in your mind you were gonna not win tonight?
Yeah, I had a kind of a doubt because I don't really care for Williams Grove, but glad we got it done and just hopefully we can keep it going.
Yeah, really, you had that thing really on a rail. Only one mistake I saw out of you tonight. Kurt Schatzer was able to go ahead and take over in his 18 car, but you just crossed him right back up and took it over. Was there an extra gear in that car to just go ahead and retake that position?
I don't know. I think the driver just smartened up and learned from his mistake.
Yeah, well, definitely that car was on a rail tonight, dude. Man, that thing was crazy. Lima Land is what we're looking at next week for Thursday Night Thunder. Williams Grove isn't your best. How you feeling about that track?
I'm not too bad at Lima Land. Just got to keep the car clean.
All right, man. Well, every lap you led out front, and really kind of the same song and dance that was happening last week. But go ahead and give me your shout-outs, bud, and let's get this one wrapped up for you.
I just got to thank Cool Ray, obviously, and Young Gun Creations, the whole Gambler team for being there tonight, and you guys for broadcasting.
All righty, man. Awesome job tonight, and I can't wait to see what you got for us next week.
Thank you.
Aiden Young taking the win in Cool Ray Victory Lane here. Cool Ray, our officials partner of the Coast2Coast Racing League. Cool Ray's goal is to make sure that Ray's tradition of 100% customer satisfaction lives on today. Cool Ray is proud of their reputation of providing excellent service to homeowners and businesses in Georgia. Their mission is to continue to build long-lasting relationships with their customers through their winning spirit and commitment to 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Cool Ray, the official title sponsor of the Coast2Coast Racing League, and the official heating and air conditioning just announced earlier this week of Talladega Super Speedway. How about that?
Yeah, no, really awesome, man. It's good to see that the sponsors out there believe so much in the league and, and being able to sponsor tracks and things like that, they put forth the extra effort to get out there and let their name be known, especially in such an organization as Coast2Coast.
Absolutely, and they always do one heck of a job. Andy Piercefield, I call him Mr. Cool Ray, as he's in charge of Cool Ray, the #1 guy there. He's done a great. He also drives with us from time to time when he can. Does a great job. We always love his support of, what, in my opinion, the best dirt league in iRacing.
Alrighty, and fantastic job for here tonight here with the UMPs, the 358s, and the Pro late models here. All appreciate you guys coming out here tonight. Patrick Morrison in the booth, Marty alongside me here on Thursday Night Thunder. Appreciate you guys showing up. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and follow us out there. We always coming out broadcasting, especially here at the Coast to Coast Racing Network and Simtrax Broadcasting. Signing off for tonight, guys. Be safe, be well, and do what you got to do, but don't get in trouble. Have a good night.